Chat, what's up? How we doing? Yo, yo, yo. Ooh, is the pen working? Nice, pen's working. What's up, everyone? How are you feeling?
Yeah, so after the match against Paris, yeah, I feel kind of disappointed with our performance because I know we could show a better performance against them. Also, we lost a lot of momentum against that break. I think that's why. When you play, then you not see him as my brother, but more like my enemies. I think the funny story is just that we had a small talk before, like, because we both know we already qualified for the Shanghai. Just play for having fun. Don't play really try hard, okay? But I can see today match they really try hard. I don't know why my Dongseng every time he play against me, he always play good.
저희가 마드리드 다녀온 이후에
Did we sleep? Yeah, we had a good amount of sleep.
이번에 DRX전을 하기 전에 저희가 좀 마음을 많이 비워두고 해서 오히려 그 부분 때문에 잘 되지 않았나 싶습니다. 0대7로 지고 있을 때 이렇게 질 바에 하고 싶은 거 다 하고 보여줄 거 다 보여주고 지자 차라리 그런 말을 했었는데
See how many maps we get on this one. I might be napping after.
저희 공격적으로 해주면서 네, 경기 다시 가져왔던
EMEA's today as well. Yeah, we got Pacific, EMEA, Americas. A lot. We're gonna be napping in between if we can. We'll see what happens. Which of the Chinese bundle am I buying? EDG, Billy. I think they're the two ones.
I feel really happy because it's our first official match against GenG, and then we won against them. It's really boosts our motivation a lot and our confidence for our next match. GenG playstyle, I can say, is kinda similar to Pepper X. For the individual play, they like to taking risks by individual skill, individual player, their biggest strengths.
T1은 다른 팀이랑 게임 해석하는 게 조금 다르다고 생각해요. 되게 어려운 게임을 추구하고 있다라고 생각을 하는데 이번에 T1을 만나보고 느낀 건 그 어렵게 풀어나가는 그 방법을 팀원들이 정말 잘
You don't like the EDG Classic? I think it's just because it's like one of the Moi color skins.
If you talk about operator, you guys know it's my
also
favorite
like the front, man.
If Valorant don't have Skydog, every skill that can push up operator, I'm gonna be the best player in the world. I'm really confident with operator. I'm not gonna miss, guys.
Damn.
텍스처 선수가 어느 선수를 만나도 오퍼레이터로 밀린다고 생각을 하지 않거든요. 제가 언제든지 지금 좀 오퍼가 필요할 것 같다라고 하면은 1도 부담 가지지 않고 항상 뽑아주는 선수이기 때문에.
For GenG, we know we already won one times against you guys. For sure, I'm gonna make it 2 times, so everyone think it's not just T1 luck, but it's just T1 skills.
저희가 그래도 나름 디펜딩 챔피언이잖아요.
The color scheme of Billy reminds you of Mr. Beast.
저희는 다시 만나면
If you watch part of FNS, remind them to buy the bundle, the Billy bundle. Damn, bro, what the hell? I will say that is probably the best thing they've done since they've beaten since they did that run in Champs though. They've been having a rough year. That's a nice bundle.
Here is T1, the only team to almost consistently defeat the new giant GenG. And T1 is looking
Lotus,
more
Icebox,
decisive
Spine,
than ever, and
split.
opponents who hesitate even for a moment during those
Lotus,
mid-rounds will find themselves
Icebox,
surrounded
Spine,
by the
split,
T1
Ascent.
swarm. And
Yeah,
the front of this
T1's
hornet's
best
nest
chance
is
to Lotus
T1's
for sure.
IGL, X-Current. And on the opposing side is GenG, the super soldiers of Pacific.
Do we have
recently
player cards?
toppling
Yeah, I imagine we
TRX.
get to see them on the full
GenG's
team.
raw firepower alone makes them one of the most formidable teams globally, qualifying for their second
makes the most
Masters
sense.
event this year. They're looking to complete stage 1 in a similar victorious fashion. And we got the two teams here. We got Super Offers on one side, and we got GenG with over 2,000 kills from just 2 of their players alone.
2 of their players who are very capable of taking big duels. I mean, they come into this matchup equipped with Golden Tiger's Claws. That's what it is. You know, they're ready to take that fight up against T1. And T1 really wants to break that third place curse.
Yeah, I mean, I think T1 also just really need this to rise to the top. It always feels like they just barely don't make it. Even last year, they looked like they were on the upswing, and then they started to really crumble when they went to those international events. Now,
Do they actually not have have cards? I'm pretty sure they will, right? When they release.
Now they finally make the Master Shanghai. They want to be able to just defeat GenG confidently 2 times in a row to prove that they deserve to rise as the best Korean team. But
Apparently
GenG,
someone
I
on
mean,
Twitter
even
said
Munchkin
they
talked
won't
about it,
have
Solo talked
cards.
about it. They already
Interesting.
took that title once at kickoff. They're not ones to let it slip away, especially after having tasted defeat last week.
T1 has never won a best of 5.
No
yet in
cards, only the
So
gun and
you're
gun
right.
buddy.
They absolutely want this to
Oh.
be the day where they finally complete that and advance into finals. But GenG as well, they want to defend their title from kickoff, get back into Shanghai looking stronger than
interesting.
ever.
And this is Munchkin up against his old team, up against his old coaches, right? At the beginning of the year, we heard that they had a difference in direction that they wanted to take. So far, Munchkin has led this new squad under new coaching to an absolutely beautiful international grand final. He does not want to fall to it this time.
Did Ascent's
All
first
right, we're
map,
going to go
right?
into our very first map of today, Lotus. It's going to be a long night,
Oh, no,
boys. Let's go over
Lotus,
to
yeah,
our
that's right.
casters, Paper Thin and Achilleos.
Yeah, how many mistakes are going to be making this morning?
Yes, it's almost time to dive into the action. We have Lotus to kick
That's
things
the
off.
question.
A map that we did not get to see between these two teams when T1 was able to take down GenG. That time it made it over onto the ban list. This time GenG, they leave it available.
All right,
this
let's,
is really interesting
what do you reckon,
two of
2
the maps
minutes?
that we saw the last time these two teams played is not going to be in the pool, so it's
There you
going to be a really interesting battle to see with all this extra time they've had to prepare since last week, you know, what they've been cooking, what they've been able to come up with, what kind of problems they've been able to address. I'm really curious about GenG in particular. They looked
Billy
a little
Billy
flat
Classic
last
is
week. Yeah, they came back
disappointing,
and beat
bro. That
DRX,
sounds like
but
a
it looked like they
sounds like
weren't
a player
going to.
issue,
I mean,
man.
They were getting blown out of the water, and eventually were able to muster some big performances in the second half.
Well, we've
I mean,
been
it looks
seeing
real
quite
nice.
a bit of the same from
Whoa,
T1.
Whoa.
But now a full pivot.
And they
Across
go
the board.
away
Double
from the
duelists coming through.
chamber.
A Saiyan player moves over onto the Neon, something that we've been seeing crop up a little bit more, primarily from Governor over on Talon. But
Double
he's now
duelist.
right in
So
the race,
they're
and
trying to
X going
already
over to the
lean
Omen.
away from a
Yeah,
Viper.
I don't think we've ever seen X
So,
on the Omen before
they
here in
go
Pacific.
for
He's played it
something
one time in a match
similar
somewhere
to
years
Paper
ago.
X, maybe?
But this is a really interesting lineup. I mean, Izu, we know he can play Raze. We've seen it on Split. We know that I think T1 wants to try to lean into his
Sure,
firepower.
let's
something that
let's
as
see
we
what
talked
they got.
about here in
No,
Pacific, you know, Rossi has been really good
no
on
Sentinel.
the initiators as of late. So curious to see how his breach is going to look. But
It's
this
interesting
is
when other teams
wildly
try and
different
copy
than what
Paper
T1
X
has run
style.
before, and it's even a little bit different than
Majority of the time it doesn't
Heretics
work.
run, or the other teams, or even Zeta, when they use the Neon on this map,
Right.
you know, you don't have a Sentinel in here, so this is going to require good rotations, good communication, good coordination. And
no
those
homies,
flashes
thank you so
from
much for the
X
10
Spirit,
months,
Rossi,
man.
and Carpe
Appreciate the
are
prime.
going to have to be super successful to back Izu up. I mean, Yasaya, he's got the Neon, he's got the relay bolts, he can do his own thing, but this is going to be wild.
It absolutely is a major shift here, but not from the team we were expecting it from. T1 completely swapping up the composition on their map pick of Lotus. It's been
Okay,
their bread and
what the
butter.
hell do
Let's
we
see if
got?
that
It's got
continues with all
GenG
these
on
swaps
defense.
as
We
get
got
into the action
T1
for
on
game
attack.
number 1 here in this
And
lower bracket
we get
final.
the new comp
Both of these
from
squads
T1, maybe
seek
prepping.
their spot in the grand
the,
final
Viper
alongside
nerf.
Paper Rex tomorrow.
Starting on the attacker side is T1, stacking up towards A, giving him a lot of space as GenG. No Rebel contention really to be found. Just going to use that Viper wall. Maybe try to hit them.
Both teams are already
Keeping
locked
up
into
that
Shanghai.
space.
Yeah, everyone
This
is.
exactly.
Everyone that's
GenG
playing now. We
wants
all
to
know who
approach
goes
this.
Shanghai. It's all locked
Don't
in.
have any flashes of your own. Both flashes are over on C. So for GenG, some good
Okay.
shooting is what we're going to require.
Lovely bit of sound, maybe.
So far,
There we
tap
go.
on the door,
It's
the
creeping
entry
in.
coming through. Okay, across here is
Voodoo Val, thank you so much for your raid, bro. Appreciate the raid. Hope stream is good.
Eliminated.
Dude, the sound is
As for now, it's just gonna be that
crazy
1-for-1,
quiet.
but HP bars whittled away at here on the
There
side
we
of
go.
T1.
Oh.
Texture with a great shot, able to find
One
one.
enemy remaining.
Back across, Carpe coming up with another. See, it is a bloody back and forth. Yes,
What
audio
the hell's going on with the
for us,
sound?
at
Okay,
least
nice
one
pistol from
here
GenG. I mean, we
will
just
be
went
able
for a
to find
straight
that
up A
last
into
kill
an A
and get the
retake.
defuse. Pistol round's going to be going the way of GenG, tempering that aggression here that we're seeing from T1 off the rip.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it
we're
looked like
getting
this was a full-on just A execute.
we're getting the sound
for
from the
side of T1,
overview.
and this is the GenG
From the
you're kind of
overview
hoping to see is good
PC.
trades, good reactions. You know, everybody's fast to rotate over and really shut this round down. See Media there getting just ahead of the paranoia. Texture a real nuisance on the back of sight. Does get cleared, but immediately the trade is there from Karon. This is
Paper
one
X
of
at
the
home.
hallmarks of this GenG team during their run at kickoff and at Madrid is their exceptional trading.
Oh, the
quickness to
sound
respond, to what their
slightly off
opponents are
because
doing.
it's
especially in situations like that.
We'll
So,
see how long they
three
realize.
Guardians,
See how long it takes them
so
to
many
realize.
players so good. Tech Guardian. Munchkin not going to be one of them. He's actually grabbing the Bulldog. Usually his calling card is that Guardian. But this time around,
Rossi and tech problems.
Bulldog
Dude, he
is
can't avoid
him
it.
and
This
Meteor
is just for us this
on
time.
this C side.
We get 5
turret to play
rifles
off
on
of.
defense, so any bit of
Nanos
damage
at the
is
front. The
massive.
alarm bot and the Nano put over towards B. Instead, going to rely on Munchkins.
Yeah, let's see how long it
Right
takes
here.
production to
Try to
realize
slow
that we
up
got
T1's
the
hit.
audio of the second observer
Everything
and not the
slowing
first.
now down to a crawl. A Saya player inching his way forward. Two just around the corner. Single blast pack here for Izu if he wants to go for the entry. Let's have that frenzy in hand. Now Munchkin just waiting. Snake bite at the ready.
All of that audio is good,
See
and
if
then
they
this.
spot anything out. Clear on the haunt. Not telling them much here so far as Snakebite now going to be coming through. Munchkin just suspecting a bit of a timing. Prowler to check. Will get cleared out.
Now they're really taking their time with this as T1, trying to identify the positions of GenG before they let the util fly. Trailblazer doesn't get much info.
It's so weird, bro.
Texture now waiting as the rotate comes through.
Texture avoiding getting stunned up. He's trying to drag across. Eventually is
Oh,
able to
it's a
find
lovely
Saya.
Omen
Player
flash to
looking for a
stop them
second.
from rushing
Able to
in,
find it.
though.
His return
Yeah, and they
fire
get
is
a
there
gun.
from Izu,
They
but
get
that's about as good
one
as it's
gun.
gotten so
Any
far.
more?
65 HP remaining on him as the paint shells explode right in front of him. And swing on the corner.
Yeah,
Texture will be able to
nicely,
claim a third with that headshot.
nicely
For
done.
Sheriff, and there's gonna
You
be a
tell me
2-0 start
they-
here for
tell me
GenG,
they,
only losing one player in the anti-bonus. Or anti
Told me they
eco, I
work
should
out the
say.
audio pretty
Yeah,
early.
it's a pretty good hold here from GenG. Good job, not giving up any information, understanding the util timings, avoiding really giving T1 much info and forcing them to rotate over into that crossfire onto B, shutting it down pretty quickly. So nice attempt by the slide in, but a good flash there. Able to keep Texture from taking too much damage. Meteor slides in to help as well. Oh, Texture never change. Please, he's so animated.
There
No
we
matter what's
go.
going on.
Audio is
Just
back.
trouble
They
this
got
time.
it.
Well, that they are. Texture
That
able to
lovely
come on
Omen
one
flash
side player
again.
gets taken down.
Back-to-back
Izu
rounds.
decayed down a bit, but damage
All
also
pass and
found.
fight on
Stabilized
defense
that spray
gets
to find
called
Texture.
for the bonus.
Rossi now forced
Just
back,
as they
taking
go
it low.
aggro.
Lakia finding one, but returning fire here is looking
It
decent
doesn't
as Extra is able
really.
to claim two, and now it's just Meteor. Just that Sheriff in hand.
I mean, it doesn't get him a
Double TP's
win,
way forward
but
here onto the side, some heals coming across.
silent
as Carpe
drop,
tries to get
that's a
Rossi
free
back
kill.
up to a decent position. But there's an instant headshot. Meteor find the first, the double face. Will
Oi,
get them
they
the round
lined
win,
up.
but 3 players lost here. T1, they will deny
alright,
the
great
bonus
damage.
conversion,
Great damage
but
from
at some
GenG,
cost.
and honestly,
Yeah,
just a
I
pretty
like the
good read
change up
as
here
to what
from
was going to
GenG.
go
We
down.
haven't seen them be aggressive at the beginning of the rounds, and on their bonus, they decide, hey, let's go for it. You're going to get Texture, the showstopper, off of this round as well, which is a great addition to the success that they found in terms of taking 3 guns away. So not a bad bonus at all for the side of GenG. T1 though, not bad. Able to turn it up, able to get those trades going. against a
Odin
slightly weaker
over
buy
towards
for
tree.
GenG.
We've got
Now with the
Razor.
Odin in hand for Lakia over
So
on
many
A.
people
It's gonna
died. This
pivot
is a
towards the
giant
C
round.
site here for T1.
Got 2 people that
X-Curate
combine it.
behind on that Omen, trying to clear some of that.
Yeah, and
KJ
the thing with
utility
this
only able to
comp
find
is
one of
it
the nanos.
does just overwhelm.
Storming their way forward, Munchkin trying to hold the line
In
here.
theory.
He does. Shuts down both the duelists here on T1 as they try to get their way around Bend. Peek onto the side. Quick spot there on a Carpe. He's unable to find that kill. Headshot comes through, so Munchkin does fall. Carpe finding a second, trying to get the third.
The thing with this comp is
And
it
what
is
make it
meant to
happen,
be able
GenG
to
will be
overwhelm,
able to
but
have
the
a
2-person
very
hold
swift
at site
shutdown
here,
set up for there by Munchkin.
Yeah, I
did it
mean,
not feel
Munchkin
like
just
there was
so
missing
prepared
some
here,
util?
right behind the pillar, not really caught too much by any of that early util.
How's this guy
Doing
about
a
to
good
chill
job
out
dodging
here?
that, making him pay the price. The tempo here has been really fast. for
Stun goes
T1.
in.
Dodging the fault line as well as Munchkin.
Yeah,
Really
I mean,
well
that's the
done.
only reason. The
But,
stun
I
is
mean,
meant
T1
to
here
be
is
there.
just really putting their foot on the gas pedal. They are absolutely just.
Yeah, and
not
that forces
kind of
T1
messing around too
down.
much
Yeah,
other than
I
on
do
the
think that
eco
this,
round.
again,
time,
it's
though,
so funny trying to
gonna
watch
be on a
people
much weaker
play
buy.
HyperX
Seekers there.
style
Maybe something
comps.
tricky with that Omen TP. We'll see.
It does
But for
show
now,
how
just wanna
impressive
get that
it
work
is
in.
what they
Izu
do.
one closer to his showstopper.
Got a hero
away.
gun. Izu one
Nano
away
a
from.
little
Oh,
bit further up close as we see another setup. But this time they're just going to start pushing in right away. That
Oh.
one way gives away so much info.
And it does. Just Spot out the leg, Meteor able to take him down. Munchkin now gripping forward.
Whoa.
Snappy with the headshot up over the top.
It's an
Rossi just does not have the
absolute
read
shot.
whatsoever.
They are not messing about.
Taken down as Izu tucked away, flushed out. Lakia with the Odin is able to find him as the Flawless comes through. GenG now out 4-1.
Okay, we got Razor for
This is
Razor,
really
Omen,
interesting
or
from
Seekers.
GenG. They're playing a
Okay,
little bit
and do
further
they
back
time
in
out?
the
Yeah,
season.
they do. But
Munchkin
they
in
should have some
particular is giving
good
them
set
some fits.
strats, you would imagine.
And this is, of course,
Probably got some set
a
strats
weaker
to the
vibe
Razor, set
for
strats to the
T1, but
Omen.
still not really able to ever fire back. They don't even fire a bullet by the time 2-3 of them are down. And they got to find a way to address that. So you're going to need to get some of that util a little bit deeper onto that site.
100 Thieves G2, dude, that game was so sick.
Clear that back area by the
That
stairs.
game,
Make sure that
like, really
that's
delivered.
Open. You know, yes, you're clearing some of those nanos, another KJ utility at the front, but there's another layer to this
Yeah,
GenG
100
defense
still
that's
look-
going to have
still
to be
look good.
accounted for if you're going to make these seaside hits work.
Early but very necessary timeout call here from the T1 camp. Autumn wanting to intervene. Clearly, something in the game plan to set up. the
Both
idea
America's
that they
games were
had
intense yesterday.
giving
Yeah,
over
they
this
really were.
competition, it's not being brought to fruition. So wants to be able to get in there, get into the heads of the players, and get the course correction going.
He's my favorite for
So far,
Shanghai,
we're not
Paper
seeing
X, dudes.
the impact really at all from this Neon nor the Breach. Two things that should be working.
I don't even
incredibly
care what
well in
happens tomorrow. I
conjunction
still
with
think
with
Paper
one
X.
another currently have found no value whatsoever. 0-5, 0-4. for
Paper
those
X
two
could
players
lose
respectively.
3 maps,
Precisely. This is
13-0,
of
13-0,
Saya's
13-0,
agent
and I
pool,
would
Neon
still
has been historically
hold strong.
his weakest agent.
They-
You look
the
at the
Shanghai
stats,
is
it's the one that
theirs.
He has struggled on the most, and the relay bolts in particular are what
I'm
I'm
unshakable
looking
for this one.
from Saya to start landing. Obviously, with Rossi, some of those fault lines not hitting the mark. That's more of a strategy and a prep thing.
Okay, so T1 do a timeout, and
T1 going to be hearing this pretty
it's a
soon.
classic.
The other two
GenG decide
players
to
gonna
go
work
aggro.
back
Seekers,
through
all
into
3
try to
going
get them
into the behind. Well,
some
there you
cause
go.
for
There's your free
concern over the
sight.
inside, but T1 already occupying quite a bit of forward space, but they are surrounded, so they're going to be fighting on all fronts.
Look at these nanos. Unexpected positions from these. Gonna force T1 back into the corner. Should be able to get
Meteor
the plant down.
has
They're all
ult, so
going in
they need
towards
to
the
fight
stairs and
here,
heaven
and they
here
need to fight back a
for
side,
GenG.
because these
I
two
think they
ults
actually
completely
kinda need
wreck
to do this
everything.
because
I mean, this will
this
get
reason right
spammed.
here, the lockdown is going to be coming through, but not forward enough to try to clear this one out. Showstopper is available, but Izu,
Yeah, there we go.
he's not just going to go ahead and send it. It does get cleared out, in fact. So cleanup is there. Carpe now trying to hold the top rope, ends up getting taken down. Texture finding the opener. Meteor finding another one as Execute tries to strike from behind.
I like the idea. I like the Omen ult over
Rossi
towards
himself on
here,
the
knowing
board,
that
but
they
quickly
might
traded
have
out.
to be
Munchkin
behind if
finds
the ult
that kill, and now it's Izu. 1v2, Showstopper at the ready.
gets heavy
Wants to
shut
just go
down
ahead
on
towards
stairs.
Session. He'll
Oi!
clean up both.
Come on.
GenG,
Okay,
clearly not respecting
T1
and
have really got to
not reading that he
focus
was
up
going to
though,
just be popping that ultimate here.
because
We
we
end up
got
both
one
getting
person
taken
surviving
down.
on
Izu's able to
15.
clutch
There's a
it out
nice
for
1v2
T1.
from the
Yeah,
ult,
that looked like
but
it
he's
was
got
gonna be a pretty
15.
solid round for
15
GenG,
HP, he's got to
but
rebuy armor, everyone has to
They
buy,
just
and
kinda
they're up against a
forgot
lot of
about the
ults here.
Showstopper is really
But
what that boils
still a
down
nice
to.
ult, nice round.
He pops
Good
it.
amount of ult shoes,
They're
but
both right there. Maybe just expecting that the Showstopper would go a little bit deeper and the other player could swing the corner and trade for it, but
breach ult.
is what it
Okay, this
is.
is a big round. This
nice
is the big
response
one.
here by Izu and T1. Maybe that's gonna
GenG
be
win this, I think it's going to be a
that
quick
start that they
game.
need to really get firing on this map, especially with this comp. I would expect this to be an attacker's sided comp for sure, and given the map as well, you would think that this is where they're going to be doing quite a bit of their damage.
Yeah, they were
but
not
you have some
expecting.
retake utility.
There's a couple of
the
people
side of GenG,
that have
you
got
have the
this jump
Nightfall,
throw down that it can
have
actually get over
Viper's Pit
towards here. It's
potentially.
pretty,
There's a
it's pretty
Rolling Thunder
interesting.
for T1.
That's like one of the best
giving
you
up a
can
lot
get
of
that
space is GenG,
fade eye.
kind of
'Cause you
respecting
can
that.
tether it for
A
sure.
bit of KJ util here on A, but they're just waiting for this utility to get used and then trying to figure out what they're going to do on the back of that. But T1 wisely doesn't like what they see here. Something's giving it away. They're going to back off. Or at least fake like they're backing off.
A little bit of spray exchanged here, but no damage to be found quite just yet.
Yeah, so no sentinel comp. So once they aggro take A with a lot of people,
Rotating
they
around.
decide to 2-pass
Heavy
and
presence
clear
from GenG
back
over
towards
this A
B,
site
just to
and
give them the
pivot
option to
into
hit over
B.
towards B.
Looks like that's
And
one is going to
GenG,
look to try to
or
end
at least
up in the
thinking that
hole right as
majority of the time they're
smokes
going
are
to be
dropping.
playing ranked where they take map
Hair
control,
off on
hit
that
site,
spray,
because
finding
their
some
comp
damage
doesn't
there
give them
on
many
Rossi.
options.
One sent down, smoke off there, onto upper.
Okay, Lakia has ult.
And the sees as Haunt goes up over the top. To reveal on the
Damn,
one,
that's
Carpe.
sick.
Lucky to come away with his life.
That's going to hit a lot of people.
Haunt now at the ready.
That's a good amount of pressure. Dude, they
Working his way
open
through
the door and
for the
Viper ult.
Bi-C link. K is out into multiple players, but Munchkin
Carpe
getting taken
down
Carpe
to
over
1
the door,
HP
finds
and the
that kill.
ult wins
Now
the
dropping,
duel.
However, is equalizing, finds one. Karan now Picking up 2. Tap onto the spike and executing.
I mean,
find the first. Carrot
I mean,
will clean up
Carpe did
3
great.
kills.
Everyone else over
GenG
towards side
not
just
gonna
got
be allowing for
overwhelmed
T1 to
fully.
string
It was
multiple rounds together.
I like the ideas here
Omen
from T1,
flash into
spreading
fade.
the
I
map
mean,
a
the
little
fade
bit
or
more,
just minusing
kind of
it. It was
sensing that
everyone.
A was a bit of a
That
trap
was the main thing
and
here.
backing off, and then sending a few players out. You send Carpe and Xcurate to look
The
for a
util
potential
on this was
flank or
lovely.
anything like that. See what space is open. They confirm that B is open. They go there. But Rossi playing so up close.
Full
after
reset
the
for
Nightfall
T1.
comes through, never opts to respond with his Rolling Thunder. I thought that would be a good opportunity to maybe buy a little bit of time from that.
They get one hero
That
gun.
big ult invested by GenG, but he's going to hang on to it for another round. And Saya does have his overdrive here for this eco. Or T1, let's see if we can find some value out of it. Trying to push the tempo.
Oh.
Need to tap on the door. Meteor
Oh my God. The door got open for him.
Come on in. The door's wide open.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Pushes him right back out. Well, approach is still committed to here, but just sprinting across that nano swarm.
Dude, this
Damage
guy needs to
taken.
stop doing sick
Meteor
Omen
so very
flashes.
low, and then just cleaned up. Meteor able to find
They
3
keep
more
going
here. This is
fast and they
another
keep
flawless
tanking
for
Omen
GenG.
flashes. But they have to go fast because the
6 to
comps
2
mates go
now.
fast.
A very strong start from GenG on this
Shout out to
defender
Meteor
side.
here. I mean, that fast kill is
Realistic end in
everything.
sight for the suffering of T1.
Yeah, I mean, again, Saya player trying to do a lot here with this neon, this neon, and there's not much nuance to it.
That was
That's what I was
fast.
trying to say. You don't have any util that's kind of bothering some of these site holders for GenG. And credit to GenG, that means they're doing a good job reading where this util might be coming, and they're dodging it pretty well. Not having seen this comp,
Is that
GenG's
texture going crazy?
really got a good read.
There's texture freaking out in the background. Just shaking his arm crazily and shrieking like a banshee.
Mama Benji Fishy,
Like I
hello,
said, never
hello.
change that.
How are you
Yeah.
doing?
I mean, hey.
Thank you for the
he's got
couple of
all the
raids.
reason to behave that way
Congrats
right
as
now.
well.
They are absolutely crushing. Paranoia comes
I'm excited
through.
to
Munchkin's
watch,
trying to go ahead.
excited to watch
Seems
the
a
finals,
little
man.
bit more, trying to cut them off. Boomba distracts Meteor for a brief little moment. He's still adjust to find the headshot. He and Locky, however, traded out, but Munchkin still standing firmly. Still shutting down the
This-
approaches. Texture gets a quick drag across. Tries to slide forward. Will get that punish. Now it's going to be the 1v1. Head spotted.
I'm pretty sure he saw him, right? Oh,
He's able to get him in the end.
maybe because no one
There's a couple
no
pixels
one
out of
pings
place, but Xcurate
this.
just a little bit too dialed in on one angle. Ends up
Don't know. The
missing
rest
the
of his team
opportunity.
didn't see it as well.
Cannot get the clutch.
Very stressful
7-2,
though. Yeah,
GenG
dude, it always is.
continue to work their way
Being,
towards a map 1 victory.
And
Just
this round,
watching
it's a
is
little
always
bit
more stressful.
different here for GenG in that these mollies and other util just completely stymie this T1 execute. They slow it up and it buys so much time for everyone to rotate in and start doing what GenG does best, and that's trading off of you. And it's just so nicely thought out here by GenG and
Right,
company.
another big
The
round
nano
for
swarms are well
T1.
placed.
Let's see if they
Snake
use
bites
the
are well
breach ult.
placed
We've
for
been holding
Munchkin.
onto the breach
This time
ult for a
around,
little
though,
bit.
That's going to be right at Meteor's
Dude,
feet.
as
He's gonna
soon as
jump
there
up
is
on the
map
box, takes a
control,
little bit
there
of
is just
damage.
the
Munchkin
heaviest
gonna be able to respond
rotate
here.
that goes in for
Trailblazer spotted him.
GenG.
He's got to relocate now.
Yeah,
Goes
and
rotating out.
a
You
bit of
don't have
util to clear over
There's the
towards
rolling
A.
thunder now gonna come through,
Dude,
but
pass and push
shows someone
behind.
out the door.
Once again, the
Texture
Omen
takes out
flash
Rossi
is
sideways. Dead Meteor still was able to
unbelievable.
find one. Easy with a stinger. The only kill they're able to find so far is that one. Picks up a weapon, is able to find a headshot eventually there on a Munchkin, but eats quite a bit of damage. He and Carpe
I mean,
now fully
they have
committed,
spike.
stuck, forward
They have
onto
spike,
the
but
site.
texture is
They get
just
flushed out.
straight up
Texture
dueling them. Yeah, it's a
shows up to
slaughter
clean
at the
up.
moment.
Another 3K. Is the
This
multi-kills
this
have been
really
absolutely
is.
astounding so
Someone said
far
it in
in
chat
this map.
earlier. This
Inside
really
of
is the
GenG,
Paper
they
X
now
at
are
home
up
one.
8-2.
When
I mean, you can
people try and copy
Just see
Paper
that
X's
GenG
stuff,
is so ready for these
and
quick
it
hits.
just
And the
it
rolling
just falls
thunder, the
apart.
response, open the door and pop the showstopper. You know, I think Meteor even dodges the rolling thunder on C site anyway. So everybody's so mentally prepared here for GenG.
They look uncomfortable. Yeah,
It is
it's
just a beautiful, beautiful half.
people
for
can't
them.
do it like
And
people
again,
can't
you
do
know,
it like
an
them.
unexpected comp, not bothering them, not fettering them. Stingers abound for T1 all across the board. One away from a couple, from one ult, two away from Izu's showstopper. Just looking to see if
Just
maybe
gonna
you
watch
can
from
get
the UK. Yeah, I think that makes a
something
lot of
set up
sense.
for that next round potentially, or who knows, maybe sneak one away. But Meteor's got another lockdown, kind of
So,
complicate matters potentially, and you know if he feels the need to.
I mean,
might as
I
well invest in only
imagine.
2 more rounds in
Don't
the
want to
half.
cast them too much, but I imagine
Yeah,
they win
He's just been,
tomorrow. So
I mean, he's just been going crazy.
Yeah.
15-5-4 at the moment.
the fact they get to
Tap
skip
onto the
groups
door.
as
Yep,
well
swing
should
the
make it a
bait
little
out.
bit
So
nicer.
util wisely
I
done
feel like
here.
the skipping groups as well
However,
should
the
be
setup
good
is
for
gonna be
them.
even Meteor still expecting
They
the
haven't had much
aggression.
time
He's
to
in
come up with new
position to go
stuff,
ahead
even though they
and
keep
send the
doing that.
lockdown. Says, you're not coming into this site. buys time for the rest of GenG to now get stacked up in behind T1. Rossi, not necessarily suspecting a texture, eventually able to clean it up.
Dude, how?
Through the smoke, able to find another. Prowler chasing forward, catching Izu with a bit of util in hand to slow him up as he's up over the top. Trying to
Dude,
lock somebody in place.
GenG have
Oh
the
my
biggest
God,
read.
They are just shoulder to shoulder.
It's
Down
not
to the
even.
one,
It's
look
not
for it,
even
can't
fair.
quite drag across
Like
Saya.
they know they're
That
playing
map,
ranks.
Izu,
They
a
know
bit of
they're
disjointed
taking map
entry
control,
there.
hitting over
Last
towards
match
the
is way in,
site.
but
As
now he's
soon,
all on his
as
lonesome.
soon as they take map control, they're either over rotating and it's not getting punished, or they're just pushing behind.
Just one casualty again here for GenG.
Yeah, and I mean T1 went
They
for
will
something.
now move up 9-2.
I respect that.
Looking for that 10-2 starting
But,
half on
yeah,
the
it's
defense.
backfired pretty
GenG still
heavy.
having fun with it.
If you want to be half glass full here for T1, they're going to have the showstopper in the next round. And some other ultimates, the Seekers as well, I believe. So, but still, everybody on GenG reading this so well. I mean,
Parent
playing this
6
so
lose,
smart, using
please
that
remind
lockdown
us
buy
to stop
time
cursing.
For those flanks to come in. And again, there
Yeah.
hasn't been much
Okay, honestly,
trickery
I
to
will
what
take
T1's
the-
doing.
I'll
They're
take the
trying to
blame for
rely
that
on
one.
those big death volley executes with this comp.
That one I
makes
will
sense,
take.
But
I was
yeah.
curious about this. I mean, it feels so bad because you don't want to have to commit both of those timeouts in that first half. But
Is this a scrim? It does
just
look a
given the
little bit like
circumstances,
that.
Given that this is, I mean, a very
Yeah, double
necessary
double
round with the red
timeout.
close
It
of the
does
half.
the
You have
last
these
round to
ults
try
coming
and
online.
ensure the
Autumn
last
does
rounds.
decide to
Let's see if we
intervene
get
once
it.
more.
It's I mean, and they're literally just gonna 4-1.
Is it
They're gonna
as far as
4-1,
his
right?
control
And
is
someone's
concerned.
gonna
He's
act as
pushing
a
them out of the
sentinel.
nest from here on out.
Fly
Will they
away.
fly?
We will see. It's
Am I
not
surprised
looking
that Crew
great.
didn't qualify?
I
Yeah,
am a bit
honestly, yeah.
concerned, and
I think
like we
G2 just
highlighted
came out looking
earlier in the
way
map,
better than I thought.
Still haven't seen a ton of impact, from those
Wasn't
initiators.
crazy.
It's just
Wasn't crazy caught off
everybody
of
on
100
GenG
Thieves.
seems so
I've been on
aware
that train
of the
for
space that they
a
can give
while.
up
The
and
G2
how
one,
to
I didn't realize
maneuver
they
their
looked this
utility.
good.
It seems like Meteor's always in the right place at the right time. He is just absolutely just constantly in position where T1 is
Coaches
going
say
to
play
hit,
comms?
and he is making it so difficult.
Yeah,
His
they heard the whole
Nano Swarms
time.
are really well placed to buy time for the rest of his team. If he has to, he's got a lockdown to use as well in that previous round. So this is
Dude, look
so
at this from
smart from
GenG
Meteor.
though.
He is
T1
absolutely
call a
having one of the
timeout,
best
and we
halves
have
of his life.
4-person push. We got Molly the Lance
Spin
here in a sec.
downable at the moment. As again, approach here on towards this A side. GenG just making the call. They say, yeah, they're not really playing with any subtlety. They're not really pivoting too much. Let's just go ahead and full send it over. Showstopper up the top will get some damage across onto Munchkin, but kill not found as Izu.
Lakia with the swing, and then with the swing and the kill, he gets his ult. And that ult hits everyone apart from Breach. They know they're all here, and shout out to Lakia. That swing was everything. That swing and kill was everything. And for a comp that is probably meant to get, what, 8? I would say 8 on attack, it
Cards
got
are stacked
2.
against him for sure. And GenG just looking so in control of everything.
You're saying
again, those
defense side
nanos
of comp?
causing so
Okay,
many
let's see.
problems there on
I
the
don't think
entry.
so, but
Showstopper
I like
dodged,
your
it did a
optimism.
little bit of damage, but not much to Lakia. He was able to get back far enough. And T1 fans hoping for a T1.
the
T1
ranking
win,
for the
of course.
Shanghai teams, yeah. I mean, it's
But,
going to be nice.
oh,
We're actually going to have like a
got a
couple of
little-
weeks.
Little carpe.
I got a
Got the
few
cartoon
videos
down
planned,
there.
not too many, but I have a few videos planned.
That's so good.
That is
Wait, this is sick.
Oh,
Adorable.
texture. Oh my god. It's so
I mean,
cute.
It is, but it's also borderline horrific because it does just look like an eyeless face. It's just some math on top. This eldritch horror from a Guillermo del Toro film or something.
Have I watched
No,
the
but they
Paper X
are
mini
great.
documentary? No,
Hopefully
so I
some
need
of
to
the
do a
fans
stream where
are
I catch
giving
up on
us
that
some,
stuff.
some
Someone said
mimic
there's a
reactions.
Sentinels
Yeah,
one
we
that's
need
okay
you
to
guys
watch
put
as
the
well.
signs down
Need to watch the Paper X
mimic
thing.
your
I need to
texture
watch
Yeah, exactly. Show us your texture impersonation.
FPX's
Well, Texture and Meteor, the duo
Icebox as
that
well.
we've been so often
The
talking about for
EDG
GenG
game.
throughout this year. Having a whale of a time. 17, 16, 6 deaths
Bro,
each,
GenG
respectively.
get
And look at
3
the other-
sheriffs.
They've all got a ton of assists, so everybody's getting involved. The util has been fantastic across the board.
And they're waiting for
Reactions
some
have been
aggro.
great from GenG.
And it looks like they might
but
be
again,
correct.
T1 really going for that
T1
fast-paced,
doing
aggressive
literally what
style and just not
Paper
able
X
to
do
compete,
on their
with
pistol, where they
GenG's
just
ability
leave
to sort
over
of
towards
absorb that
C.
pressure
They've been doing this as
and then throw
well.
it right back in your face. This time around, though, look at them. They're expecting it. It's been such a high-octane first half. They're just waiting in spawn. They're like, certainly they're going to push with this comp. Like, certainly.
I think the thing that they need to take into consideration is just how beaten and battered T1 have been. So I don't think that they really want to put themselves into too many positions where
Yeah, that's
they are the
actually
ones,
true.
you know,
I feel like
trying
the
to go on
confidence
the
has just
offensive.
been
It wasn't
wrecked.
working for them at all on the attack. Why should they want to even try it on the defense?
For sure. I mean, absolutely, T1 needs to try something different. And seems like they're setting up a little bit of a trap here.
But look at this read from GenG.
Yep.
They're leaving a lurk from Munchkin. He's going to go ahead and spot. That'll confirm some presence, which really will keep T1
Yeah,
tied
that's,
towards the
if
side of
anything,
the map
that's
even
the
longer.
best thing that could have
As
happened.
the rest of the team continues to inch their way forward onto that C site, so this very well could end up being a full-on
Yeah, and this
5v5
team's just
attempt
walking
to
over
retake
towards
unless
C,
Munchkin
and
comes away
this
with
is a
something
free
here on
site.
this lurk, or if T1 would be
And
able to
how
flush him
much
out.
space do they
creep forward.
get
It's
before they plant
completely empty,
is
and
the
they're just now
question.
figuring this out. The read is absolute
Omen Flash
perfection
goes
here
in, just
from the
lay
side of
clear over
GenG.
towards A.
Paranoia
This guy
sent
hears it
Munchkin
all.
hearing this movement.
Yeah,
There's
and they
somebody
take
forward.
so much
There's
space.
now
This guy is
T1
literally
aware
up here
of the situation that they are in.
once
Yeah,
they get the
this
plant
is going to
in.
be really tough here. They're setting up for another big execute, but Meteor already ahead of it. Can't get the
Okay.
shots to land.
That's going to be a Sheriff picked up. Trailblazer sent. Brief little delay there on that one as Karen just backpedaling, setting up the smoke. Spot side player, he eats some
Ooh,
damage.
that was
though,
some
as Lavia
damage through there. Big
will shove
spam.
him back.
Keep an eye
Waterfall
on
a little
the
bit
luck
faster.
over
Karen now,
towards
up against this smoke.
spawn.
Getting spotted out, taken
Munchkin
down.
is
Return fire here from the side of T1.
actually
Shell
at
sent
spawn,
from
and
Texture,
it's a
trying
good
to
plant
delay.
for Mount, and this smoke's about to go, and they have
Sure, 32
literally no
Munchkin, he's got
idea
himself all
that
the
he's
way
hit.
behind. Oh, they're not going to read this one at all. There's a headshot now. They're so far forward. They're hunting for Texture, thinking that their diffuser
Yeah,
was
some
gonna be
nice
safe,
shots
but there
on
is
that as
no
well.
safety found whatsoever
Some
from
nice
T1.
shots.
It doesn't
Hey,
matter
GenG
where
is
they
going to clean
tuck
this one
away,
up
where they
fast.
try to take their fight.
Bro, GenG is
are
going to make sure I get
prepared,
to have a
and
good
every
nap
twisted
today.
turn
I can
of
tell.
4K from Texture in the pistol round. Just go
They
ahead
are
and
looking
one step
dominant.
closer to taking down this Lotus map.
And what I love about this round, Achilleos, is that this is different than what we saw the last time these two teams played. Munchkin wasn't doing a lot of lurking. He wasn't doing a lot of these wide flanks and trying to set up fakes that he does in this round. He's using his util. He even throws the poison
The
cloud
sassy
there
speech?
in the
Yeah, someone else
stairs
said
on
that.
A
That's-
to really
I think that's
sell
why I
that
had
that
to
they're
watch
going to
the,
see. They weren't doing much of that.
I think that's
A
why
lot of
people
their
were saying
fakes
to
were
watch
being
the
attempted
Sentinels
to be
one.
sold by Lakia. So this is a
Few
very
people have
different
been
look for
mentioning
T1,
the,
and they don't get the
sassy
correct read
speech.
off of it. So I like this change from
Okay,
GenG.
it's a force buy for T1.
It's just been borderline immaculate from them so far.
It's been. I mean, they have a very good read of how this comp
Texture,
gets
but
played.
Full flash connecting, Munchkin tucking back behind Tree. Does manage to stay alive. Really bold to try and dissuade. The reposition here from T1. Excrit down to 39. Heals
Pretty
are
sure they
available
also
from
have a
Card
good
Baby,
read.
gonna get all the way over
T1 were
towards
for
that
sure
B
going to be
site.
buying into this.
GenG applying
They
some
get
pressure towards that
all
side of the map,
rifles
but
out.
widely now starting to drift their way over towards C once again.
Yeah, you can see that T1 reading that this might be a double pump, as there hasn't been much contact anywhere. Meteor just scraping a little bit with X-Curate. Right around this corner, could be tricky.
Rossi spotting one relay ball. Up in front of it is Texture. He's able to find Cardbase side, takes him down. Rossi with a nice little trade out though. Does manage to equalize the count. 3v3 with both Omens tagged low. Weapons in recoverable
Okay, so question
position.
mark
Side
gets
player already scooping
created,
up that
and we
Phantom.
take
Could be a
the
big boon here for
gamble
them as GenG
pivot over
just gonna go
towards
ahead, start
C.
stomping their
And
way
you gotta
across
look at
over towards
Omen,
that
gotta
C
look
side
at
of
the
map,
empty
which
site.
Is opened up. T1
It's
not
pretty
able to beat
even for
X-Crit there.
HPs.
Too risky to have him
Okay,
solo
once the eye
challenge.
goes in, that's it.
Prowler to scout
Does
forward.
he
12
send
seconds
it?
remaining. Paranoia send spots one, but responding Paranoia doesn't
Yeah,
have to hit
just
him.
a big
Meteor
focus
will
on
just
the
be able
time
take
there.
him
Just wanted
down.
to make a
5
hero
seconds to
play.
spare as that plant comes through. Saya with this Phantom needs to find value, but the angle's being held. Karan with the Outlaw in hand just looks to shut this down. Take it right back, and he will. The headshot is found. So out of the corner, Rossi knowing he needs to try to close the distance, but he is not given the opportunity. Meteor
Right.
will find the
Then,
final kill of
10
the
chances.
round as GenG are looking to just complete a 13-2 dominant showing here on Lotus.
Yeah, this is a pretty good read here from T1.
They have a
Of
great
course, it had
read.
to be a force buy.
Oh wait, for T1.
You don't have any choice when you lose the pistol after a 10-2 first half. Got to go for something. And the Outlaw, such a good investment, regardless of how much impact it found, because you know
he
that your
misspoke.
opponent is likely to be forcing. They're not going to be able to get full armors. You could find so much value. T1 has to play really cautious, but they read the map well. They're able to guess that it's going to be the double pump back towards A. Now the Outlaw out in the open, but catching that full flash and the stun as well.
Fault
Meteor
line
just done.
connects. Yeah, they are able to go ahead and collapse onto him, so it will be an Outlaw picked up
He was
here.
watching the
potentially
K-Cop
for
game.
the side
Between the
of T1.
Viper smoke on B so they can fight deep. Oh, bro, I
So they
hate
decide to
that
leave it on the ground.
smoke.
They know that they're going to need some, have some weaponry.
I
It's gonna
guess
be a
that
little
is
bit
the
more run
fault,
gun.
but
Okay, creeping forward into the stairs, though. Man, just jeez, so snappy today. Finds Excurate. Omen now eliminated, and they're going to take a lot of forward presence up here on top rope. Texture ending up getting taken down. Smoke comes out from Charon. He wants to try to go
Skydog,
ahead and maybe
Skyflash.
re-challenge into the same location. Hooks back instead beside the wall. Himself protected for the time
Oh,
being.
look at this
Easy swing
angle.
into that smoke, taken down as Charon.
Oh
finds
my
himself
God,
a second. Looks
they
to put them
wrecked
down,
them.
and he will.
Well, they managed to speedrun him back,
Another
really.
3K.
How long
from
was
the
this?
rookie
20,
controller here
27 minutes on the
GenG to
recording.
close things out. It's a dominant showing
It's
from
a
GenG.
real dominant.
Whether or
That
not
was
they were
Paper X
surprised
at
by the
home.
composition put together here by
Really
T1,
was.
we could not tell.
It didn't seem to matter. Not phased at all and thinking on their feet incredibly well were GenG. In firm control of this map from start to finish. Unbelievable stuff.
That it was. Well, it hasn't been too long since they were talking, so we'll go ahead and send it right back over to the analyst desk. Hey, welcome back, guys.
Yeah, that was fast, man. I'll go back to bed in a bit.
Thank you, casters.
Wow.
First map, Lotus. That was not T1. We all predict, including you viewers, for T1 to take that, and I changed things a little bit, or a lot of it. And GenG end up dominating that map.
Yes. Listen, I mean, the comments, so we can get to that later, right? But obviously, GenG not shaken by it, like the caster said. They weren't thrown off. I would actually say, if anything, they identified very quickly how to play against it. Things like the relay boat, things like the fault lines. And
Am I gonna watch the
all five
EG
players-
game?
What? Maybe that rumor you
No.
said earlier is right. Maybe Solo
I'm
does
gonna.
force them
If
to
this is a
dive
fast game, I'm
in,
gonna
you know,
sleep,
the
dudes.
range and
I
get
gotta try
on
catch
hard
up on
mode.
sleep
They
at one
were
point.
snappy today.
I believe it.
Especially with
fully
tomorrow.
believe
Tomorrow's the
that
same
because
kind
you
of,
take a look at some of those highlights, and you can see how snappy they are,
tomorrow's the
how
same kind of
sharp they are
schedule.
with some of these flicks, and how prepared they were for that.
So yeah,
hit.
if there's
I mean,
some kind of
it was a
3-0
little
here,
surprise.
I'm gonna.
I feel like I just sat
gonna be
back
running
down
with
in
that.
the green room, came back here, and sat down right quick again because. It's just
Which
as fast
region?
as T1 made this pick,
Just
GenG
Pacific
instantly knew
mostly
how to break it.
because
So much
I mean I
credit
enjoy
to
watching all the
the
regions
setups
to
that
be
they
honest,
had,
but
or
Pacific is the
even
main
how
one. Paper X is
Meteor
so
played
fun.
that Killjoy.
Getting
You
a
know,
big
the
change of
nanotrones were
style
always activated
into
at the right
games
times
is really
to
good.
foil the
I
entire
watch so many
advance
games that
from
having a
T1,
Paper
and
X is great.
Munchkin was just able
Like
to
someone that
frag
plays
out.
completely
I mean,
different.
Munchkin was on point today. Yes, he's had some shaky games in the past, but Munchkin was absolutely on point today. I mean, everybody. I mean, you look at the score lines, you look at all the numbers. I don't think we've seen an average ACS this high in any match.
Karen only died 3 times.
Yeah. I mean, these guys were.
He
these
died
guys were
3
everywhere.
times.
They were fragging.
Huh?
I mean, Kieran doesn't even have that many kills comparatively, right? Because everyone.
I think 100 Thieves can win Shanghai. Yes.
And even in the previous screen, I think.
I think
that
they.
stat
I mean,
sheet tells the
it looked
entire
like
game.
from
The
what
fact
we've
that
seen
GenG
so
only
far,
played
if they keep up
3
this
attacking
form,
rounds,
it's like
and
a
they
top
still had
4.
more post-plant wins than T1.
Top 4 team
Just lets
just
you know
from
something
looking
went
in, you
horribly
would say.
wrong, because quite frankly, in my head, this comp that T1 played is a better version of Paper X's Breach comp. It has the Neon instead of the Jet, so now you've still got a wall that you can use similar to Viper's wall. You can use it once, right? You have more stuns, you have more agency, so I think the theory is good, but the execution was, I'm sorry, T1, but poor.
Yeah, fully flawed. I mean, we're going to take a look at some of these in the highlights pretty soon, but you can see there were moments where they were just kind of trying
DRG win
rush in,
Shanghai?
but they got
No.
locked off, or even trying to go for some of these trades. They couldn't make it happen against GenG.
But they could get an
because
upset.
GenG was just so
They can
sharp
get an
at
upset
shooting
win.
them down. Even when Saya tries to, Neon slide in, it doesn't just quite work out. The only few rounds that T1 actually won was thanks to some individual heroics we just saw with Izu and then Showstopper. And honestly, that's
All right, chat. We'll be back in a little bit. We've got
lucky.
Icebox.
Get it at
We've
the
got
right
Icebox
time.
coming
The
up.
sensing to, go
We
for
have
it works,
Icebox
but
coming up next.
It's not quite enough to give them enough wins. They need more than just like a little bit
Let's
of
hope we
neon
get something a little
movement.
bit closer
They
to
need the
this.
whole team to come up with a fully planned execute in order to make this composition work.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
what we basically saw was, obviously the idea is good. Like I said, I really like the comp, and I think they should continue to try to build on this comp in the future, especially with upcoming patches. However, it just seemed not all 5 players were entirely on board with what does the pacing actually entail, what does the tempo entail, and then you could tell that because once they lost, to Munchkin a couple of times, to Texture a couple of times, you started to see them play a little bit more scared, right? Not willing to sacrifice themselves to create more angles, not willing to take some of those duels. You saw Saya like crouch peeking out as a Neon,
against the
things like
Outlaw.
that. Yeah, it's very rough, and I think the comfort maybe just wasn't quite there yet. But I will say, just future-proofing wise, I think this is a composition and a team to look forward to in the future, but they don't have much time today because it's just one best of 5.
That's right, and I think you're absolutely right. With a comp like that, it's very interesting, but you need to be very aggressive. And the moment you start doubting yourself, the moment you hesitate, you get scared, it does not work. And we saw it so clearly there. Now, Icebox. We haven't seen any Icebox from T1. Maybe they'll be cooking something again here. Do you think they can come back from that first map, Quack?
They have to, Victoria. I don't know what else to say. I mean, that was such a quick map. I don't think any of us, including the audience, expected for that to happen. I mean, the composition was really surprising. I don't know if it's going to be a surprising composition on Icebox here as well, but they have to make it work. They have to make it happen. I'm honestly a little bit shaken due to the confidence as well. Coming in from that interview that we had with Coach Solo, GenG is really prepared for Icebox as well. So no matter what composition is being thrown at them, I feel like this is a GenG that's incredibly prepared for today's matches.
I think this, though, is a good opportunity for T1 to really prove themselves. I think GenG has proven time and time again, even at Masters Madrid, that they are a mentally very, very strong team. They have the endurance. They will battle through. They will grind it out all the way to the end. So if T1 can do the same, right? Just forget about it. Move on, right? It was a tough map. Yeah, we prepped something. It didn't work, whatever. We don't have time to think about that right now. We'll talk about that next week. We focus on what we prepped for Icebox. If you can prove that you can bounce back, at the end of the day, win or lose, now more fans will have more hope going into Shanghai, knowing that you have the mental endurance to grind through some of these tougher matches.
Well, I hope you had the mental endurance, Quack, for our guess and gain.
No, I really
We've been
don't anymore.
By 2.
I have nothing.
We just started.
There really does need to be a punishment for D-ranking double from Iron, in my opinion.
We were talking about penalties like push-ups and I don't know what, but yeah. So here we. Oh, you're already in Iron.
Oh, forget it. It's just.
You're terrible at this game. I should not vote with you. Well, I go down to bronze.
I go down to
This
Iron.
is double, right?
Yeah, everything's double.
You go up double and.
What? No, I go down double. I voted for T1 on the map.
Oh, you
it's
did?
It's only Achilles, Paper Thin, and Valdez that move up.
Oh yes, we're all playing now.
Yes.
Everyone's. Oh.
Everybody moves down
Oh,
two, except for Achilles.
I'm gonna move you guys a little bit closer here. 2 up here.
Yep, there you go.
And.
Mika moves down 2.
All right.
Asteroid moves down 2.
Oh, good job.
Wait, where was he? Oh god.
He was on Diamond.
Thank
he was
you.
on Diamond.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
Wingman moves down 2, and Valdez
And
moves
Valdez
down 2.
just goes above and beyond.
Oh, no, Valdez moves up, yeah,
He's
actually.
already past
He is
Radiant.
now the Mr. Guess and Gain.
He's the gain, man.
Gains.
He's the gains. Valdez gains. Yeah. So, don't worry, it doesn't end here because we got 5 maps. I don't know if we're going to do all 5 at this rate. But map 2 is Icebox. What is your prediction for map 2?
Oh boy.
Listen.
Dude, no one's going for
Listen,
T1 on this stuff,
I mean,
surely.
Not only, I thought T1, I think T1 leaving Icebox open is good, but Solo said they've been grinding it for a week. And their Icebox already looked pretty decent at the beginning of the year, so.
And you don't get dinner unless you finish your range practice and your Icebox grinding, which is why I'm also gonna
Kissna,
go with
another
the
chance.
Now we just all
Another
look
chance.
bandwagoners. Don't you guys have,
Everyone?
what is going on? I thought you two had faith in T1 going into today.
I do. Well,
You just think it's going to be a tougher game, yeah? Are we looking for the 3-2? Is that what's going on here?
yes.
Oh, you're looking for the reverse
I
sweep?
really thought it was going to be a T1 Lotus and then a little bit of a GenG like wave there and then T1 comes back at the end. But I don't know anymore. But for right now, for Icebox, I'm picking GenG. So I like your theories as to why. How about you, Quack?
I mean, similar reasons. Well, William was actually really talking up T1 with that Icebox, leaving it open. That gave me a little bit of confidence, but then seeing
Damon,
how
hello
this played
mate.
out,
How's
I
things?
feel like
How's
they're just
everything
not quite
going?
prepared yet. I don't know
Thanks
if
for
1
the
week
T1.
is enough for them to come in strong on an
Thanks for
Icebox
30
and
months
get
as
the
well,
GenG
dude.
that's just that strong, that sharp.
But what if?
Maybe
What if
a
T1
prediction in the
plays
top
Neon
4,
again?
choosing which
Oh, God,
team
no,
that
no,
wins
no,
Swiss
no,
states.
that's
I mean,
fine.
dude, I'll wait for
Get out.
No,
let's wait to see let's wait to see who's in the Swiss
Challengers
stage
Japan
first.
enjoyers out there will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, I
A
gotta
little
imagine-
Jet Neon double dive?
I
don't
don't
know,
know if that's what I want to
Carpe
see.
is-
Well, hold on. What?
Okay.
Oh, T1 are going.
Okay, but here's the
T1
thing.
the
I usually
lunatics
hate
right now.
Reyna
It's
on
the
Icebox, mostly
it's the
because
liquid
people just
comp,
pair
right?
with the Jet because they don't know what else to play. However, you're giving up on the dive, you're going for longer range, you're focusing a lot on your defense, and you still got things like the drone, you still got things like the Viper Tuck screen to work with.
Yeah, they're in for the
air.
liquid comp.
It's-
But
Reyna in and of
against
herself is
this,
actually not terrible on Icebox.
it's not
usually
too
the
bad.
composition that's the issue.
Like T1 can just do the same game plan.
What is this composition?
The good news for T1 is they could literally steal the liquid comp and just steal everything that it had with it.
But even if
His
you
game
do
plan
use
works the
Jet,
same
thing
way.
is if you're
They like
going
to
do
leave
double or
sites
triple set,
open,
that
they
Jet
like
was
to
never
flash
the crux
floods,
of the victory,
retake.
right? That was just
You
to
got
give
two
maybe a
people
little
that can
space on
fight in
yellow,
front of
right?
it,
Something
and you
like
got
that.
a person
So
that
at the
can
end of the day,
slow
you're approaching
heavy
the site with things
to
like
mess
the
up
wall,
their
with things like
timings.
the toxic screen, and then the drone. The Lear can still work with the drone. It can still work with the toxic screen. I think it's got legs.
And you got Execute Chamber as well.
Yeah, I mean, extra on chamber is always a good sign for T1. Anyway, let's go over Caceres.
Yeah, I think
Isn't this
I'm a fan
crazy?
of the comp, but is the confidence there? Because I'm looking at these three sheriffs thinking GenG's got all the confidence.
Side player, it's worth noting, has
I do think
never
this is a
played
very
Reyna
strong
in his
comp
professional
against
career
this.
Until today. He's played a total of
I
6,
think
now
honestly
7
the
agents.
double initiator pop,
Somehow,
duel
Reyna
pop,
was never one of them.
like these two basically. The
I mean,
KO
you know,
Gecko.
It's tough
I
because
feel like Sage
Reyna is,
annihilates it.
like more of a pocket pick for some of our players, you know. See
Yeah.
it from
But again, it's like,
something
can they
sometimes,
actually
yeah,
fire back?
but
Because
was Saya-
GenG are really
Saya
feeling
player
themselves
to
with a
debut
triple
it in
sheriff
the
buy
World Finals.
on pistol again.
I mean, T1 has clearly been trying to cook. Didn't look great on Lotus. Let's see if on
Fio,
Icebox
thank you so much, bro.
it's going to be a
Hello,
different
hello as
story
well.
They start on the attacker side again.
Oh.
Texture, though, caught a glimpse, I think, of Rossi there.
Oh, yeah,
Saw
saw
there.
the ponytail there for sure. There's the swing out. Oh my god! It's 2 quick kills. His Texture collecting those. Rossi
The
will be able to
sheriffs
go
get
ahead and
3
one back,
kills.
Takes him down.
Oh man.
3 members lost in the blink of an eye here for the side of T1. Creep across here from Izu. Meteor pulls off the angle. There's the turret though. Take contact.
Yeah, it's
Now
about to be
knows.
good timing, but
At least a quick little glimpse around the corner. But what do you do from here if you're T1?
You're just hoping you can maybe catch a lurking player there as Izu and then make this a little bit easier in the post plant. Rossi going to
go
try
to
to
sleep, bro. It won't be long
be
by the
abreast
looks of things.
towards Nest, but so far, GenG happy to wait this out. 0 points going to catch them both.
Okay, are able to find Munchkin. And
Yeah, that's all I have to do. Just a little
already
cast.
Previously tagged up, does end up falling. He'll not available until now, as that null was out. So Rossi able to go ahead and heal himself back up, swing onto the corner, as Meteor actually able to stabilize that spray, but Karon will arrive just in time to go ahead and finish the
It's
job. So Izu
3-0,
down,
right, for
Sheriff
the
gonna be carried
pistols?
Forward, and Spike not planted, so
At least it got a little bit closer.
good bit of cred's not going to be found here for T1.
Yeah, kudos to T1 for being aware that on the plant that GenG was going to get aggressive on it, but this angle just not accounted for. Texture gets a couple freebies there. That just completely spirals around out of control for T1. Almost able to pull it back with some heroics, but
Which patch is this? The old Viper patch.
for them to deal with.
They only played the new patch in Shanghai. There was I know people saw a tweet, but they messed up basically.
Long angle hits. T1 once again trying to make their way in towards A. I was going to say one of the advantages that T1 could have here is that they have a lot of
Why does the Japanese
post-plant
broadcast have
help
more
with
than
that
dude?
Sage wall,
The
GenG
amount of people that watch this
no
game in
harbor,
Japan
no
is
Sage,
insane.
kind of deal with some
Very
of those
big
setups
there.
after the fact, but right
Dude,
now,
even when I look at my region
GenG
thing,
just
like the
looks
third
so
the third
dialed
most
in.
popular region that watches me is Japan.
Just trying to swing out.
Pretty insane.
Over on belt, struck down as Saya player lurking forward, able to find the headshot there. Texture going to be taken down. Is he up over the top? Saya, they are aware of his position here as he's desperately trying to find an angle, but it's going to be Lakia collecting a 3rd kill, currently on for a potential ace. And he's going to be able to find the 4th one. Izu finding it. Can the ace come to fruition? No. Karon will take down Izu.
Still
saying,
did
hey, I don't want us to
okay
lose any more
damage.
weapons, guys. Let me just go ahead
Yeah,
and
they
finish
keep
the
3
job here
Guardians
since you're all
though.
tagged up. 4K though, as the Thrash is now online, going into the bonus round. GenG start things off 2-0 once again.
yeah, and you're keeping those 3 Guardians. The biggest part of the equation for sure for GenG.
It's like
We know
it's
how
like
good they are with them.
USA,
Obviously, it's against an
UK.
ego, but snappy as always.
What was it? USA, UK. I don't know what he said.
Oh, God.
Japan, And then
My stapler.
Can I get ace?
I don't remember
No?
what the fourth was.
Stapler.
Fourth surprised me.
That adds some office
Might
space
have been
energy to
Canada,
it.
or was it in Indonesia or something?
Well, strong start all the same here for GenG.
Can't remember.
Rossi going to be spotted. Texture, though, having to back away as the drone comes up over the top.
I think it's Canada.
Going to take some space, and Lakia forced back, takes quite a bit of damage. The Texture able to find the headshot through that Viper wall. Now, let's get in a forward position.
Oh
Looking
my
for
god,
more.
this was so savage with
Himself
the
a
double
second formation.
flash.
Texture will go down next year. Cannot do
Bro,
more damage.
GenG.
Bonus is converted.
GenG, man.
Start 3-0 here on Icebox.
I mean, it's just so nasty what GenG is able to accomplish off these forward positions from Texture. Even though he doesn't get any kills, he gets a ton of info.
Yeah, and they just go aggro on them as soon as they realize they're close. The util's good, and then the double flash through. Like that. Those kills into the double flash through.
The day that ends in Y.
Yeah, it makes A so scary.
Still jazzed up.
He forever is.
Forever is. And they're investing the wall into A now as well. Oh my god.
Strikes him down. Even no chance whatsoever.
Oh,
as Meteors well
Jesus.
line off
It
the
feels
timing
like
on that
disrespectful
poison orb.
almost. They're so
Kill
confident.
onto Rossi. Sage now
They
gone,
they just win every
protection,
duel,
body
man.
damage
It's
dealt with.
insane.
Decent kills here in response as Carpe and Izu get one apiece. Izu creeping forward,
Well.
but there's the thrash.
Whoa.
Oh, jumps up over the
Whoa.
top. Tries to get hit on top of it. Izu.
Oh man,
Go
give
for
him
the
an extra
reload,
bullet.
otherwise
That
he
was
would've been
legit.
grilled. That's now the spike. Stranded here outside kitchen. Carpe looking forward. They knew
That was a
he
real.
wanted
That
to
was
swing
sick
in.
though.
They should be somewhat suspicious about this. That's why they're looking over towards that'd be Heaven's side, but can he actually get the jump? Texture right now not reading that Carpe could be in behind towards their spawn.
They've completely lost track of him. They're not entirely sure which way he went. I think pretty soon they're going to
Yeah,
get
the
it
longer
figured out.
Carpe waits, the better for him.
Love to
Then
get
he can
this kill
literally
over
be
to
anywhere.
Munchkin. Get him that orb to get the null command for the next round. Carpe trying to do the math.
Did you
in
blow
his
up
head,
the
see what
gecko
he
ult?
can
You
get
just
done,
left
but they
click.
just
Just left click again. You know when you jump, you can pop it in
this
midair.
time looking for that last second push around the corner though. Munchkin catches him.
It was just a low
Took a
buy
little
though.
bit too
They ended
long.
up doing not too
GenG
bad.
4 in a row now to start Icebox. This
They
is-
gotta win a buy round though,
it's just
and they have an
crazy how
ult
good right now
to get
GenG
over.
is.
Well, they have
I
an
mean,
ult for
just not
after
missing
plant,
shots.
but
Texture so aggressive
haven't
on
really
this
had a
A-
chance to plant.
on this A site. This time pushing pipes, shutting him down. It's brutal right now for T1, man.
And it is. That timeout not coming through quite just yet. Likely waiting to see if this round can bear any fruit for T1, get them on the board. Otherwise, might just have to see that early intervention once again from Autumn. Was it the round 5 mark that we saw it on Lotus? GenG.
They decide to aggro close when they've been doing this wall.
On Iceboxes. Rossi going to be taken down. Texture noted. Lockett traded out. 1 for 1 in the end as Karen does get pinged by that recon dart. All of GenG now just going to go backing away. Up.
Oh my god, the timing of that was sick. Flash is so early. Oh my goodness. Okay, big 1v1. And does have an ult, but doesn't. No idea where he is.
Full util the pit online. Tap on the spike so far.
Oy, that's a great shot. Lovely round. It might be a similar story to what happened on the first map though. It does pick up the op instead of getting the plant, which is definitely worth. It's one person surviving.
He's able to be
It's one person surviving,
the trades start coming through
4
for
people
T1.
having to rebuy,
That operator
and
at
a
least
reset
finding
would
some
mean the
value.
Felico
The early
basically.
push out again. This time
One
it's
person
like
that
a
could
3-man
buy.
stack for GenG. Catches a player, and I like the way Texture played it, where he realized that he wasn't going to be able to necessarily find much value outside of a low percentage, high risk play. And instead,
Yeah,
dashes
4 people
back.
that can't buy next. But
Still,
also, I mean, this is a
T1
giant round. If
having
T1 win
lot of
this,
impact here so far on Icebox for
we
T1
get a
despite
game.
the scoreline.
If GenG win this,
Yup,
it's a
yup.
fast map again.
There's the drone.
Just so early on, it's such a
Way off.
pivotal round.
Saya going to be noted forward.
Knife hits 3.
Continuing to scan here as Munchkin swinging the corner, catches
Oh,
1.
it doesn't.
Tries to get the pre-fire there. Extra able to go ahead and trade that one back. Now Meteor flush out. Off here backside though. Texture finding 1. Res coming through up and over the top.
Oh my
Texture
god,
just
he's
missed to put down
so
Rossi.
fast with it, but they still get the trades.
Advantage established for T1. Pushing towards the back lock. Yep. Snappy with the headshot, gets rid of Izu. That takes the potential
this
hit
is
out of the
gun.
equation. Now he's a little bit stranded. Sends out the wingman. They know exactly where he is. He goes swinging forward, unable to find it. Dismiss out. Kara drops down, sends a snake bite there at Saya's feet. It's a vulnerable across here onto this Reyna. Needs to be snappy with this.
Damn, he actually disappeared. He actually disappeared. That was sick. That was sick to get the X-ray off on this. Oh man.
Some
Poor
control.
T1.
Lose multiple players, but they're able to get that round win. Now move up to 5.
And snag that up back up for Texture. It's a good start here for T1. Getting that early spot onto Texture opens up a lot of space, and they take advantage of it. But they lose a player quick. Saya does go down. They're able to get that res. And Texture, that's so fast. But
Yeah, that
what
was
a great reaction from
so fast.
Yeah, I kind of would love to see that POV from Excurrent.
Yes.
That had to be a very snappy shot.
Not like that.
As well. Oh, still technically in hand here as Excurrent does have that Tour de Force ready to go. I mean, multiple ultimates built up from the side of T1. Saya player does go for a bit of a hero rifle here with that Guardian in hand. Empress online. Lear out, Meteor just tucking back.
GenG's
Decides to go
overall
ahead and
game
give him
plan
the
though,
angle.
both maps
Pulls away,
have
gives up some
been
space. He
very
still
good.
has
They,
double
like
mana
first
swarm
map they
and the
realized that
alarm
they can
bot
just
set up here,
over
try to
rotate
slow
because
things if
pretty
T1
much that
can
comp
engage
doesn't get
rest
much
towards B.
info and it has to just
Expecting
send
that
it over towards
push around
sites.
yellow.
You go over
Getting a little bit of
towards
help
this
here from
map,
Karon
and this
with
comp
util.
is really good against
that start.
stopping the flood of
T1 doesn't really like what they see.
GenG.
Not much
And
contact for
all the
Excurrent
GenG's doing
from
is
the
making
belt
sure
area, and
that they
he's
don't
saying, "All right,
even
guys,
get
looks
over
pretty free to
towards the
me."
site.
They're going to get a decent
Stop
idea of this, though.
and stop the
Start
kind of fast flood
counter-rotating
retakes.
on the side of GenG as
They
they
don't even
spot
have a chance to
absolutely
do it.
nothing
It's
over by
been
Green,
flashing
so
through
now
this wall
swarming their way
constantly.
over towards A site, getting ready to intercept, and T1 because they are being slow
Flash
and
info over
methodical on this
towards
approach,
B.
this
They
means
do
that
a
are going
knife
to end up
middle as
flashing
well,
against
so they can pretty much
basically a
leave
4-5
Killjoy
man.
to just watch all of this.
A
And we
bit
now
of a
get a
delayed
4
alert
pass
from
and
Meteor,
stack
who
just
starts
as they
working
start
his way
turning the
across.
corner.
Texture able to find one, gets out, 13 HP remaining on him, but still alive and in the
Bro,
fight.
that was fast,
Carpe Diem that gets rid of the
fast
Hunter's
pop-up
Fury.
dash and then insta
Snake
dash.
Bite will force Saya player back off that forward angle, and Rossi just gets sprayed down by Munchkin. Spike now on the floor. Easy with a great headshot, finds one, but needs a hell of a lot more of that. Munchkin just drags across, finds it. Now Excurrent, simply no time left, but have to kill all of them.
Look at them double going on the
He's been taken
ropes.
down 6-1. GenG continue on their merry way.
Yeah, it's just really good tracking of the map here by GenG. Like you said, they don't find any info over on green, and they're like, well, they're going A. You know, even though Texture hasn't had any presence, he's doing a good job keeping himself away from that tour de force, knowing that Excurrent likes to play up on that belt. They just smother him. Good holds once again. GenG just firing today so well. I mean, you're starting to see that the guns are coming alive for T1. They're starting to have some pushback, but it's just not quite enough. Orb going to be snagged. Texture gets leered and has to get out. That's going to slow things up. Munchkin checking. Been seeing T1 like to hang out back there. Hunter's Fury.
Got the tag. It's going to be Karon taken
Ooh,
down.
hold
Hockey
up.
giving way too many targets. Excurrent finding another. This miss out Texture can ignore the rain for now.
Oh, nice
Rossi with a
shots.
fantastic headshot takes him down out of the
Hold
back
up.
box, and now that is all on Meteor.
is a
Wall
clean
comes up
round
to
as
go ahead and
well.
further deny him access.
4
Lockdown
people
is available,
surviving,
but
they would love to keep it this way.
Seem quite a bit wanting. He's just a little bit delayed. Could have gotten the punish there onto Rossi. He is reading this flank quite well. Has his eyes trained over, but now turns off the angle, so Excurrent will be able to get the headshot in the end. T1 finally able to find themselves a second round win.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, and maybe he was
good
on top of the
patience
flank
here
because the
from T1,
comms came in as well.
waiting out that
And you know
utility,
people are
and
low
then
HP.
striking right after the 0
More
point.
likely that some people like to
Pops, they're
get
just like, okay, now we go.
go
Now
for
we
a
pop the
luck.
Hunter's Fury. We dodge that, so we don't
all
have to worry
people
about it
surviving
canceling
though.
our
That was the main
and then
thing
we
about
can just
this.
go. Start knocking them down. Good recognition of the space. Good awareness from everybody on T1. Gonna need a lot more of that here. But again, it's starting to feel like to me that T1's starting to get their feet underneath of them, especially in terms of their aim and their firepower. Getting aggressive once again. We know that Munchkin loves to try to push towards this belt area, covering for Texture. Is going to be able to grab that orb, keeping it away from T1 and keeping some big ultimates in the hands of GenG. You've got the Viper Spit, you've got the Lockdown, you've got the Thrash. Texture holding a cheeky angle. Oh, can't find the shot though. Goes for the reaggress.
Forces that tailwind.
Yeah, finds a little bit of damage.
Do they just
Still
do the
Excurrent
classic
on and off.
wall up
Holding
exec,
that
or have they
angle,
done this too
keeping
much?
Texture pinned behind the site. Texture swings out and gets the kill.
Oh.
Wide swings and Excurrent unable to find the flick. Taken down.
He's just not
The
expecting a
advantage
wide
here.
swing.
Does manage to equalize, and Carpe
Hey,
will
2
he'll
people on
side
site
out.
still though. One
Good
molly to
covering
help them.
fire there from the Sova. Karon just looking back, avoids that leer, but now Texture going to be gone as well. Big advantages for the side.
Hey,
of
maybe
T1
they're
in
maybe
this
they're back
round, so
now.
look to get themselves up to 3.
Luck gets
Meteor
this
don't
kill
seem
as
to be
well.
ready for this one
This
at
is back-to-back.
all. Ooh, the ADS in. It's
This is
almost a
back-to-back
bomb.
rounds
Isu's able to
where
find the shots.
4 people
I
survive
like
as
what we're
well, so
seeing
their
now from
money is
T1.
pretty
Now
much
they're
here for the
taking
rest of
their time,
this.
kind of dissecting this
Rossi's
A
close
site.
to a res.
Even though Texture gets that early
Forcing
kill,
down to an eco.
everybody else is
Or actually,
covering their angles one by
actually
one.
back.
It's a good leer into a bait and switch there with the dismiss from Carpe and Saya player. The kind of plays they're going to need a lot
like
more
rank
of.
just go 8. Yeah, bro, they've
Really
they've
nicely
invested
handled
the
there.
wall as well,
No.
so they're pretty
Lakia
much
trying to be quick
their
to
whole
trade, and
thing
that's something
is
this Reyna can be really
just
good
forcing
at.
over towards A.
You know, is teams that like to trade quick, you get that dismiss, and it makes it so difficult.
Wall gets invested over
for your
towards B
opponent
though,
to
so
actually
it might
find
be a little bit
value.
obvious, but
This time around, expecting
against
a
the
B push,
first
a
time
lot
they've
of
seen this
util
comp,
Going to be sent out early is finally GenG.
okay,
on
they're
the
going to heavy
eco.
rotate.
Sheriffs feels like maybe the first time so far this entire series.
Finally whittled away at that cash.
But they're really good at ecos.
And
Not spotting anything there. Oh, never mind. Karon does get spotted by that one. Izu pushing forward, able to find Lakia, but Munchkin finds a headshot onto Izu. So does get taken down. Meteor finding himself one as well. It's a shot into the shoulder.
doing a
Karon
lot of damage.
confirmed that kill,
Flash,
one trying to swing
no,
out.
just
Munchkin
waiting for the
with
smoke to
covered
go
vandal.
down and
Puts
everyone
them down.
dueling.
And I don't know how they
And
continue
yeah,
to do
the
it, but
wall,
every single time
the wall
you think
gives
you
it
have the
away.
advantage, you take the
Over
cash
rotate
away.
goes in. Everyone
GenG
dueling out
just
here.
turned
Hit a
right
lot of
back
shots.
around
They
and
now
robbed
have
you
5
blind.
ults.
It's just unfair how good they are with Sheriffs.
Yeah,
That's a great
I mean
flash, though,
the flashes here is just so
from
strong.
Munchkin. Absolutely disgusting. It's 3 or 4 players of T1. They're just insane. I mean, every time you think you've got them on the
GenG's
back foot,
played
you can
nice though. This,
finally
I mean, the
try to
smoke
take
is
a
just
lead.
so
They
good
do stuff
against
like
comps that don't have a jet.
It's just brutal
Just making this a
how
choke point.
good they've been on those Sheriffs throughout the entirety of the year. Definitely one of the calling cards. It's not a GenG match without
Oh, was
at
this
least
GenG before? I mean, this was the
1-3
GenG that
win.
went to Masters.
Trying to get that spray down again. This time, T1 taking their time. Only a little bit of damage done. Ooh.
Nothing too bad there. Is thinking about sending the Thrash and does so. Snakebite to try to force him off this one, but he redirects it, drops it down in
How
behind
many
him.
did that hit?
And that
Oh my
is
god,
the
it hit
contain
2
on the
more.
2 players, I believe no.
Oh.
Able to find the one.
Whoa.
There's a
Wow.
quick scope back through. Execute somehow.
Yeah, would have
Stabilized there.
would have
Munchkin
expected
now
him
on
to
the
get
floor.
that one.
Texture with an AWP of his own.
As nice as he wants it, but
Lingering around, a side player waiting within kitchen.
Spike planted.
Texture having the
Last
read
player
somewhat on this
standing.
as Munchkin will now bleed out. Texture has his work cut out for him. The knives are available, but he'll just swing
Nice
into
round from
Execute. Goes for the
Execute.
challenge, and Execute is able
their
to take
money's
him
really
down.
low after that
4
though.
rounds now
So
established here for T1.
the force buy won't be
7-5
too
half
much.
to go ahead and rescue what was a very rocky start.
Oh, the trades are so good for T1
A non
here.
gifter, thank
And
you
understanding
for
so
that, man.
well is
Appreciate it.
Execute
Can I get this?
that they're going to be trying
Thank you
to
for
play off that
gifted,
Thrash.
bro.
And he's got his op trained in great positions. Munchkin uncharacteristically whiffy there against him. Gives him the opportunity. I think Execute went for the quick scope there and whiffed on the first one. Second one was good. And Easy does it.
Default in the Viper
Next
wall.
kill, so
B is good.
Some
Yeah,
signs of
they
life
only
for
put it A.
T1.
Like they
Big
went with the
ults,
original
Lotus
game
already
plan.
popped.
That
You have the
I
res,
mean, they
you have the
just copied
Viper
the
spit.
Liquid stuff,
You have the
right? When
Empress
Liquid played
still
against
hanging on to those ultimates
Gentlemates,
as well.
similar
Our
comp.
GenG, Viper's Pit lockdown.
How most people play this
It
comp
is the
here is
Blade
they
Storm
give
available
up
as
like
well
A
for Texture,
site
so
and then they try to
Read right now,
retake
though, is
it.
good from
But
GenG.
obviously, if
They
you
have
got the
it ready
wall
rotated
here,
over.
then
2 quick kills
makes
come
it
down with
easy.
third. Munchkin gets Rossi. Side player answering one back. Dismisses though, but as he swings out of yellow, ends up getting taken down. Execute now all on his lonesome, 22 HP and not reading the texture.
Dude,
Gonna be arriving from
these
behind.
halves are fast though, I swear.
Digs the knives there into his
Alexander,
back.
the OK
So that's
with the
gonna be
tier 1.
4 in the
Thank you
half
so
with
much, man.
GenG still out in front.
Welcome into the
Yeah,
Slug
I
Club
mean,
as
some
well.
good
Thanks for
reads
doing
here
that.
by GenG towards the end of these rounds, just understanding the change in direction that T1 wants to go for. And again, it's been very pacey from the side of T1 today. They're really trying to take it to GenG,
Oh, yeah,
trying
they're
to scrape
trying to
with
go
them. And
fast.
sometimes it's worked. Sometimes they've been able to get those trades. Oh, that's a cute sign.
Our powers combined. We'll cheer for the GenG win.
Prius,
Well, now
hello
that we
mate.
got the Dragon Rangers coming to Shanghai.
What's the timer of this half?
Very excited about that.
18 minutes.
But it's tough, man. I mean, for the most part, you know, GenG's been so clean, so crisp. They're reading the positionings of T1 while they're getting ahead of util at times. Their util's been really good at slowing down T1's hits so that they can get themselves in a good position to get crossfires, to get flanks. It's very, very smart stuff here. Responding, yeah, showing off the Lakia. Yep, the Lakia Hunter's Fury move. I like it. There we go. Now our fans are getting it.
Fantastic gif. Honestly, Priest, that one probably gets spammed the most.
That's right. It's like T1 needs to get into this game.
Kind of sick.
Couple decent rounds there towards the end of that first
But
half.
any kind of production fault,
A solid beginning. So
you know
far,
you're taking the
0 and
blame
3
for
in
it.
pistol rounds.
Is that a good
Turn this
thing?
one away.
I mean, I would say you're responsible
Got GenG's
for
map
like
pick.
50% of the
Start with
Prius
pistol.
spams. Maybe not even 20% now I think about it, because a lot of it might be Prius. A lot of it might be Sapphire also. But if production mess up a replay, that gets spammed. Audio's bad, that gets spammed.
Now, we're going to make a bit of an A maneuver.
Honestly, people spam that
Curious about
when the observer misses stuff in
Meteor's
other
turret.
regions. So maybe
What he's gonna
you're
do
actually
with that.
responsible for like
He's gonna set
5%
it up
of the
there.
actual Prius
Watch
spams.
from Belt for the flank. 0 point, only catches Saya, and then Karen takes him right out.
Takes him out. Carpe as well, tagged down low.
Need to
Let's
fix
get
the audio
heal
issues. Dude,
from
we had it
Rossi.
here at the beginning.
Back up to 100.
You know you were getting blamed for that one.
Point now coming through. Right off the ropes. Shock dart sent.
Okay, they have a
Clear
wall
out anybody's
to
playing forward, but
retake,
decently tucked
so
back here are GenG.
can wall defuse. This is the plan.
No bites to work with here. They have a Dizzy and a Fragment for the post plant. Wall available from Rossi. Get in a position to try to cut this off, but there's the Fragment. Just playing off the timing, swinging to the back though. Izu trying to swing in behind it. It's getting taken down. Good amount of damage coming through. Oh,
No.
Lakia can't find the stability there. Can't find the aim.
No,
It's
man,
on
don't give
Meteor.
us that POV when that's
Jump
happening.
around. Wall sent. Rossi just around the corner. Is this being read? The answer is no. They're going to be running out of time. There's the kill
Oh,
coming
God.
through. Meteor trying to keep them in this one. Swings up, gets
Oh,
the other.
no.
He's broken out, I do believe,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Not gonna
man.
be there.
That's how
This
he
round
wins.
stolen away by
4-0
one sneaky kill.
for
Meteor
pistols.
gets them now 4-0 in pistols and up to 9 on Icebox.
That is
Oh, not like this. Oh, T1, you played
one of
this
the most
so well.
savage
I mean,
ways to
GenG
lose this
gets a
round. It
little bit
really
windy
was.
here, but
User 15746
this
with the
early
tier
goes
1.
nice,
Thank
but
you so much, man.
I mean, there's so many opportunities
Appreciate
for
the
GenG
tier
to
1
just kind of
dudes.
smother this round, but Meteor so good with his positioning so many times today. And this time, just able to find
Guy's so chill.
some space underneath the noses of T1.
Did
Now you got a
GenG
couple
keep
sheriffs.
buying a loads?
T1 is they're down 9-4. Next gear has to
Timing
get
on
right
that's
out
nice.
of
Carry
there.
flash
Util
into
dump. Gets
Z
blinded up.
flash. They buy a
Now,
lot of
GenG wants to
guns into this, so
continue
it's
with
5
path forward.
rifles.
The rotations are
I'm looking at
coming in here.
Munchkin. He's
See if
used
he
his
finds some
only
value.
util into this round.
This headhunter.
Okay, one tap instantly. Take it down, but not give the opportunity
Bro,
for
they
a
are
second shot. Karen will be able to
running
collect
at
2
them.
kills. Zisu also falls. Carpe and Saya, sheriffs in hand, chance to deal some additional damage, and there it is. Lakia dead. There's at least one of those rifles now left on the floor.
Shot.
Now another joining them. As Carpe comes up huge. 2v2, Meteor on the lurk.
Saya got held
Noted.
up.
Yep, Saya pinging it out. Carpe now turns his sights over here towards the cage.
Oh
He
my
looks instant
God.
headshot, and Carpe delivers!
that was unreal.
That is insane.
What a reply! What an answer!
Yeah, that was insane, bro.
Thrifty against
That looked
the
like his
Thrifty gods.
that looks like his ascent clip.
T1's Carpe comes up huge.
I mean, this is really well thought out by GenG. It's just great shooting from Carpe. Just so fast with it. Oh, that
Oh
last
my
shot
god, bro.
is a flick and a half. But I mean, Meteor, the alarm bot spots Saya as he's trying to come out of A. On
That
the other
was
side of Nest.
so
and Saya's
sick.
just left just trying to figure out how to get past the turret as well. Eventually clears it. Like you said, they were able to
Just keep
skip
the
out where
sheriff.
Meteor had
Yeah,
gone.
dude, I'd be giving him guardians
It's
non-stop.
just, Carpe was just better. That's all
You're
there was to
you're
it.
a
He was just
guardian
better.
player from what I've seen.
Grab of the orb. Ooh. Quick little jiggle peek there. It's going to be a double face. No. A little bit disjointed and delayed there on the peek out from
Yeah,
Caron. They get some damage.
a
on
lot
that
of people
exterior,
are
but that's
watching
about
that.
it. And Rossi
A lot of
can go
people are
ahead and
dead
patch that up
watching
if
that
need
clip,
be.
so it's gonna give them a lot of belief.
Trying to grab the sheriff, does so. And Meteor caught on the lurk. Lakia now taken down as Texture's the last man standing to see if he can do any kind of damage here. But Rossi just walls him off, grabs the orb, and Sai will find the headshots. Flawless here in response. T1 starting to
Yeah,
claw it
money's
back.
good.
Yeah, this is huge. Carpe Gets his Hunter's Fury as well.
Keeper, hello, mate.
Saw with Lakia on their defender side. Got
Keeper,
an
you
early
just missed a
ultimate.
giant
See if
round.
he can find some value out of it. Skirit, nice job holding the line. Covering there for Rossi to get that orb. Try and get a res a little bit faster. So T1, again, starting to feel.
Yeah, and they got the ult advantage.
A little bit more in tune.
You'd say they should be winning this round. They're in a good spot.
Yeah, Sai hasn't
What the
found a
hell
ton
is
of
this
value on the
wall?
arena, but Icebox has been really devastating on that chamber. Flash up and over. Trying to buy a little bit of space, but look where Sai has snuck to. He has gotten right into one of Munchkin's favorite spots.
Wall drops.
Right, it's way
Across
too obvious
Meteor.
with this wall.
Pretty privy to it. Does manage to find that kill. Rossi trading one back though. Meteor now eliminated. And Hunter's Fury still available. Carpe in a very forward position. Swing out, Caron. He's just sprinting at them. Carpe
Ooh.
like 3 before getting taken.
He's getting 3 there.
Munchkin.
Dude, Carpe
A
is
1v2 versus Easy
single-handedly
Util not available
trying to win
for
on
him.
this map.
Does have a null command, but Izu with snake bites here. Try to just go ahead and clear off some angles. Really look to flush him out, and Munchkin's still worried about a potential flank from behind. 0 point about to come back up.
I mean,
Have a good angle up
is
here.
this
It's just how well is
wall
T1 going to be able to
block
respond?
this?
While coming through,
Yeah.
tap on the spike. Swings up for the peak, and there's the
Nice.
covering fire. They take him down. T1 now 3 rounds in a row. Biggest streak they've been able to establish so
Not
far
bad
in
for the
this
afterpump.
series. There's 2
Lux
rounds
Vision.
separating as they once again knock back
Lux
the
Vision,
economy
these
of
3.
GenG.
I mean, Carpe is just
Lux
coming
Vision
up
are
huge
all
right
the
now.
places you want
He
it.
is
Sure.
shutting down GenG.
Problem
at the
was,
point of attack.
you first time you look at that wall, you do just think someone's going
So
aggro.
fast there. Even
Yeah,
gets that
Carpe
third
is doing
on the Charon.
unreal things.
Thought Charon should have it.
STR, thank
But
you so
he's able
much.
to turn it
STR underscore
around.
S with the prime. Thank you for the
Starting to
20
breathe
months,
some life
man.
into T1.
Huge number, bro.
Some huge plays. Still has that Hunter's
Thanks
Fury,
for the
but
support, mate.
you still have that pit. You have that null command. You have that thrash available for GenG. They're investing in this round. A Guardian going to be the off purchase for Munchkin, but doesn't feel like that's much of a downgrade.
Okay, a lot
for
of
him at
ults for
all,
GenG.
considering how nuts he is.
Side player playing forward here.
Sires
Thrash
going
down.
for the
He swings
swing.
corner, gets the
Oh
flag.
man, he
It's a
gets
lucky
the
one.
line
Now
up.
Carpe able to
Well, there
find
goes
Meteor.
the ult.
Side
Dude, they
able
got
to
some
catch
plans
PS4
on
here
this.
on
It's
the
looking
side of
alright.
T1. Caron
You can tell.
knocked the 45. I
You
mean,
can tell
no
they put
command
some prep
rolling,
into this one. That was good.
T1 not really giving a damn about that at all.
That was just an anti because everyone's doing this pathing with the fish, right?
Disrespecting that
Everyone's
null
doing
command.
that where you check all of sight and you can go
Waiting.
back around.
And
misses.
Carpe could just peek out above. They try to take him down, but not necessary. Rossi will be able to finish the job. Munchkin picking up 1, looking for a second. Can't make it happen. T1
Yeah, and
now
they
within
got. I mean, we got
touching
some ults
distance,
still.
As it's been 4 rounds
Not too bad.
consecutively for them.
Ironic underscore
Swapping
smiles
that
with the
pistol
prime.
here
Welcome into
in
the Slug
this
Club.
half.
Thank you for doing that.
That just Sheriff.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thrifty, that clutch from Carpe.
Thanks for the support.
Seemingly just emboldening every single player on T1 at the moment.
Yeah, I love this from Saya. Trying to get aggressive again.
Nice, guys. Good job.
Showing him a different look
They
at
got
the
an
beginning
eco,
of the
right?
round,
GenG?
and expecting that null command. Expecting the fast
The
hits from
Saboteur
GenG.
as well.
Just shuts it down.
With
And
the
that's
tier
one of the
1.
things that T1 had a ton
Of
of
course,
success
bro.
against GenG in
Of
their
course,
previous
don't you worry about
matchup.
it, man. Thank you so much for the 7
Is
months.
getting right to the spots where GenG wants to set up their executes, wants to start those util dumps, and then shutting them down. And GenG rarely had answers for it, especially on Ascent. I mean, T1 was so devastating on their defender side on Ascent against GenG. GenG, I think, needs to start spreading the
I
map
know,
a little
and
bit more. I think
just
you need
checked
to
in on
show
the YouTube chat and everyone's
some tricky
complaining
looks
about
here
2
to
people
T1.
who
Not
are
necessarily throwing
arguing
in
about.
fakes,
Who
but
you
just kind of
lot arguing about? I
shifting
can't
their
even see
weight
this.
from side to side, kind of trying to keep the T1 defenses off balance. Let's see how they are going to approach as they come out of that timeout. See what Solo had to say. But T1, all it takes is one of those rounds. You know, you see it all the time with GenG where they look a little flat.
Guys,
and
stop
they hit a
arguing in the
thrifty,
YouTube chat. You guys are
all of
normally
a sudden
chill.
they're world
You
beaters, and
guys,
now it's
I
T1's
normally
turn.
have to never worry about the
Now they
YouTube
have
chat.
some
What you
big
guys
ults to play
doing?
with as well.
It's like the one safe haven right now.
Give that
You
res
guys are
for
making that
Rossi,
into a hostile place
or
as
still
well.
Hunter's Fury, but Eco
People have got nowhere to
GenG.
go, man.
this time around just
The,
expecting some
the civilized chatters have got nowhere to
aggression. See
go.
if they could cut it down if it did come, but T1 is playing a bit further back this round against this eco buy. Op as well for Xcurit over on the B.
Let's go ahead and move over. Triple peek into mid.
Last bastion of peace. That's what I'm saying.
Well, especially as that Dizzy gets heard.
I would love to see this ult. We've had it for a while. Not that it's been needed,
Work with.
but
It's going to be holding the angle.
I think
G.
getting another clean round could be good.
Send that out. Off shot, not going to connect. Would have been a hell of a one there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine it actually hit. Fair play. He went for it. Wingman's gonna tank the molly. That's a plan.
No real way to interrupt this one.
It's the ult that I wanted a little bit late over towards Wingman, so he's just gonna gamble it. And yeah, we got the luck going in, and now this gets into a weird round because this Viper ult is very good. Spreads over towards the spike.
Unable to find it. Snakebite sent back yellow. Pushes him away from the angle. Cloudburst to try to cover as Izu continues to aggress, continues to swing, but now everybody's just here within the pit. Dragging across, run, gun. Rossi able to find one. Extra going to be taken down. Good damage across. The side player will fall. Munchkin finding Rossi, but now the answering kills come in as the pit gets dropped. Extra finds a headshot. Now it's all on Meteor. They had already noted him.
He gets it close. Does Izu hit the shot?
He's got to try to interrupt this. He can't quite make it happen. Decent damage, a decent attempt, but tied up all the same.
Yeah, nicely done. The fact that he shot the molly here is just huge as well.
Back, and now they tie things up at 9-9.
But I like this round from GenG. It looks a lot more like GenG during kickoff in Madrid, where they're kind of working the map a little bit, sending somebody out on a lurk. You know, Meteor finds a decent amount of value. By the time he gets there, it's all too late. And Xcurit now starting to get fired up. The IGL trying to rally the troops as they've tied it up 9-9.
Mission received.
Huge stuff. A lockdown for Meteor. The only ult to speak of for GenG. Now, we have
Okay, solid comeback. We're back to 9-9. They're looking great. Got
looking for some value in mid this time.
got Rez, got Killjoy ult on attack. Knife goes in over towards B, doesn't hit anyone, so they know that they've created pressure over towards B, so then they insta-stick over towards A. This pos has been doing great. Yep, that sounds about right. That pos has been doing good whenever we're watching games. Not now, of course.
He drops back, pulls back behind screen. T1 now just getting everybody collected, shifted over here towards this A side. The spike is planted.
Why? Dude, I just have thoughts, and I'm just saying my thoughts, chat. That's it. That's how the stream pretty much works.
Okay, they push forward, trying to play aggressive here against that lockdown, but now the answering kills come through, and that means that they are going to be forced back. It's not found, but able to find at least a couple kills. Xcurit goes creeping forward, but Texture, I started this round off down to 39, and he is looking to just put an end here to T1. Some more damage. Izu whittle away at 76. Tap on the spike. Fragment comes through. He's on the hunt. Wants to try to get rid of Texture, but he cannot.
A lovely round from Texture.
Texture survives the round.
They gotta get two in a row though, because money's a little bit low on these two.
Get themselves up to double digits and reestablish a one-round lead.
And it's just a little change at the beginning.
Problem with
of
this comp from T1 is the ults just aren't great. Chamber ult, which can be okay. Reyna ult isn't the best.
Then they're able to
Sage Res is like situational on defense.
That you have an advantage in your flashes, especially your deep flashes. We're able to clear the back of the site, get into those post plants, allow that lockdown to be set up, deal with the attempted aggression in the middle of the lockdown well enough. Here we go, Blade Storm pop for Texture, saving a little bit of extra cash.
Why is he sending this? Because everyone is behind him.
Right up mid is GenG.
Through middle, flash over the top. It's a nice pop. I tell you what, is this not the best pause for it from Saya? Maybe could have held on to more, but they played the little 1-2 with the swing that came in, so that was great. It felt like they had the most perfect setup.
Coming through is Rossi. He's in kitchen. Texture going to be noted. There's the push out. The timing right as Texture turns his back. Meteor now in a rough spot, and as he swings, he will get struck down. Only one kill.
They pop knives, so it's only Texture that can't buy because he popped knives and dropped.
So awesome to watch Saya, the way he positions himself with this Reyna. Doesn't need to have a tremendous amount of impact with the Reyna util.
Prodigy, thank you for doing that as well.
Carpe is so good right now.
Gifted, thank you very much for that.
So clean. The reveal as well. Setting up his teammate. It's just a good reaction, good protocols here from T1. It's like, okay, we had to give up that space in the mid. Let's get ready.
Thank you very much,
for the
Prodigy.
A-hit from screens. Set up a high-low and just shut him right down. Overflash attempted, does catch Rossi, backs him off.
Yeah, and
Cannot
this
find the
is
shot.
basically
Manages to bounce his way out to safety, though.
them getting to
Big
12, you would
rotate coming
imagine,
through here from
if
T1.
T1
Still
can win it.
forward presence from GenG.
Double eco,
They opt to commit
ults are pretty
forward
far
into this
away.
one.
Speaking of ults, if Lakia does get a plant, that's official.
0 point, spotting nothing. Rossi, quick little peek out there. Sees plenty. Swingman goes for the plant. Swing out, Rossi taking out
Giant
Meteor,
Jill.
reading. That
Ooh.
lurk was going to be coming through. Texture, however, able to get the catch here on a Saya player. Strikes him down through the window. Now puts a couple shots across there.
Is he gonna go back for
Rossi
another
forces
one?
it back. Slower percent.
Yeah, and they got official.
Is available, but Corpsey just can't get over to it. The Thrash now going to be sent. Ping out, Karen revealed, flushed out. Izu finding that kill, finds himself a second.
God.
Looks for the third, can't make it happen. Lakia looking to be alive, pointing that op shot. But
A
then
good
gets
plan
taken
for
down by
this.
Rossi, and now Texture with 5
5 HP though.
Surely it's hopeless. Swings out, finds the first one though.
Cover.
But it
Had
all
no
trying to
idea
hold
he's on the angle on the right.
Looks for the spray, dashes out, and it's just going to be held for the defuse.
Hey, he played that
cannot stop
pretty
it. T1,
smart though,
they will
man. I'll
establish
give
the
him
lead.
that. Like, Texture
11
played this
to
pretty
10.
well.
The first time in this series.
He's 5
that T1 has
HP,
had a
knows
lead.
that the person trying to hit the shot is
And
going to be an
a
op,
good
so he
idea
smokes
from GenG.
himself
They
when they
pumped the
ping,
brakes
so
a
he
little
can
bit
try and
after
get a
showing some
spam.
presence
And
outside
then
green.
he dashes once the
Rossi with a
smoke's
good
gone
hold.
to hopefully get the guy off the
Expecting that
spike. That was
position
cool.
From Meteor. Meteor likes to come back through two, but
This
after
guy
he's
hit some
holding
shots,
down
bro.
the flank angle at A. They're able to work that utility. Nobody clears that recon dart either from Carpe. That was a huge problem because it revealed Karon and made it easy to double swing him. Karon tried to get ahead of it,
This should
but
be someone takes a
too many
hit though,
players
right?
looking at him. He got shut down
Is
quickly.
it just the Viper
I think
util?
GenG- Karon
Guardian?
didn't even look at it. I think he was expecting
Missing
somebody
a
else to
molly?
clear
It's
behind
not
him.
bad at all.
Did not come through.
And this has been a repeat issue so far here for the side of GenG. Feels like I'm watching GenG, or DRX rather, versus Team Secret from last year. That Haven, no one clearing darts. Ping, reveal there. Oh, the flash timing is perfect. Meteor able to find Carpet, but Rossi takes out Lakia.
Oh, that kill was giant. It was a
Striking
nut
when they least
shot.
suspected. Let's get whittled away down low on that HP, but man advantage is here. GenG
2v4, the money's great, so they might as well go for it.
12.
Look at this positioning from Texture. Knows there's an op, trying to keep himself hidden. Izu, though, has skirted the
Dodge
net.
out. Yeah, does not get caught by that turret. Munchkin,
Yeah.
however, still watching this
But
position.
did it shoot once at one point?
Very suspicious of it.
Great awareness. Knowing the open space.
Yeah, because look at his
Could probably
HP.
just be safe at this point.
Oh, but he turns
Oh,
away.
no.
Right before the reveal comes through. Time still ticking. Excret trying to find one. Barely misses the timing. Now it's really about trying to deal some damage, but Izu will fall, which means the 3 players at GenG crucially do get to hold on to their weapons. Excret can carry forward that operator. Cash aplenty here from T1, so not going to be too bothered by that overall, but probably bothered that they can't get themselves up to 12. They can't lock in at least that guaranteed overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. The 3-man push. Again, taking care of Saya's early positions. I think expecting some kind of cover there was Rossi from Xcurate, but wasn't able to find the angle in time. All tied up 11-11. Overtime seems very possible right now. Couple away from the lockdown is Meteor. The
I mean,
only
T1 have a
potential
lot
ult
of
to
ults.
speak
They're,
of for
they're far
GenG,
away
but
from
Hunter's
ults.
Fury, Viper's
T1 is
Pit,
still pretty
Empress.
much in.
There it is.
What the?
Hunter's Fury fishing.
Fury looking. Bit too shallow there, though. Final pump, not going to
Bro,
get the shot.
tank. Bro, tank 2 of his teammates.
Texture peek in the corner, able to spot 2, and somehow comes away without taking any damage. Tailwind saving him completely and utterly, as Xcrit is on a very forward and aggressive line at the moment.
And Meteor knows it's likely Xcurate that's over there. It's been mainly Xcurate locking down the B site, so he doesn't want to give him any opportunities.
They're just going to cut
Yeah,
noise
the
for
flash
now.
overwhelm could
Still some
work
doubt
out
here,
pretty
but
well.
Overall, not spotting anything.
Okay.
I don't think that was necessarily the wall he was. Maybe it was.
Well, you know, just if they come that way, it gives you a little bit
Yeah, I
of
mean, he's
extra
been doing this wall a lot.
timing to get ready, because they're going to have to break it down. And they've got such a crossfire setup.
It was done at a great time. Knife
Towards
goes
that
over towards
eastern
middle to
side
see
of
if
the
anyone's
site.
here. 4 people
they're
strong on
reading
site.
this properly.
They got a wall, so they
Set up.
funnel them to the right side of
To the
site.
back.
This is
They're
a
on the
hard run
recon.
for
They know at
T1
least that there's
to
gonna be one
lose,
here.
really.
Yes, that could be a lurker.
30 seconds left.
Without a 0 point, without an ult command, this pit could come in instantly from Izu as soon as the hit begins.
Here comes the mollies.
Flash sense, snake bite to start. Cloudburst there into the backside, however, able to find Charon. Locky just storms away up over the top. Finds one. Meteor does get Izu. That pit not going to be a factor now.
No way.
Drops off the top of screens.
There's no way that killed him. How much HP did he go down to?
Take any chances here against Execute, but he's going to try and still play.
He's going to try to get a kill in the first 5 seconds. Oh, bro, he could have got there.
Stagnant, tucked away, and now he has to back out. Narrowly manages it.
Oh, the alarm bot means he has to go heaven. And they know he has an AWP.
8 bullets in the headhunter.
They probably hear him pick up a different gun as well. So.
As the AWP in hand, could recover a Vandal down below, but has to make noise. Drops in. The push forward, Munchkin on the other side of the box, and he can't even stabilize that.
Nice handled from GenG here. Dude, Lakia did a mental play.
I mean, T1 does everything right in terms of getting themselves in the right position.
Insane.
The wall's in a great spot. GenG just so fast and furious on this execute. Again, some of this deep utility that GenG has really makes it tricky for T1 if they want to play that close. Because the Dizzy, because of Munchkin's flashes, you can really clear a lot of those angles. Yes, Rossi goes unaccounted for on top of screens, but you know, did enough damage that he
why are you
had 4
spamming?
HP when he fell and died.
Going on?
So good enough, and Lakia there just instantly getting up on that
Bro,
rope
you
and
love that
pushing
cat
forward
mode.
towards sight,
Holy.
breaking things open. Meteor on the quick follow-up to find 2 and get his lockdown. He has been tremendous for GenG. And as T1,
Was there a reason not to Viper ult there? I mean,
I like the way
they had
play
4
this round.
people,
I like
so in
the
theory they
idea.
could just fight off each
You know, that
other
ball funnels
anyway.
everybody into one side, but somehow Lakia is able to just get far enough past on the rope.
But this round, they'll do a Viper ult setup.
Rossi had to turn him, and it gave him just enough time to get in there, get the job done. So, all things considered, GenG's firepower once again.
All right, one chance for GenG to take this map, and it's been a little bit.
What about the B side?
I mean, T1 did a great comeback.
Try to help X-Cure it out a little bit. See if he's going to try to set up a wall. And maybe just head on out, you know, suspecting that you can maybe thwart this hit. Send him back over. Indeed. He's going to be cleared quickly, immediately, with the Thrash to follow up, trying to clear sight.
Knife,
pulls it back. Get the pick up here.
Oh, if he gets the yellow.
On a very aggressive line, takes a swing out. Rossi, what the hell was that? Finds a shot, but X-Cure
What the Rossi's doing? Rossi's just popping people, man. Not sure he's had any vision during these kills, but
Briss having since been popped.
they know he did his wall early, so they don't have to worry about that.
Izu in a forward enough position.
And it's the plant against the wall, which is really good for the lurk.
It is the last round. They need to take this to overtime. Tap in, side player still in deep. Noted as the pit comes through. They're still playing right up in front of this one. There's the swoop through.
Yeah, Meteor's
pushes out of the
Meteor. Holy man, he did this so good.
Needing to go absolutely nuclear. He's drifting back across.
Oh,
He's just running out of time. The alarm bot, the vulnerable. It's all pushed through. The time is dwindling, and it is just absolutely done.
It's a shame, man. T1 did pretty good on this.
GenG, they will put them down.
Carpe tried his best. He had some giant rounds.
Icebox, 13-11 the score line, but the result still the same. GenG way out in front.
Well, GenG said they've been working on this Icebox.
That's hanging at the end. Yeah, he's just looking at it, right?
It looks pretty good, but T1 had some great responses, some great ideas with this Reyna and Sage. Just, again, eventually, GenG's able to get it done.
Well, T1 now in a very rough position, needing a reverse sweep. We'll go ahead and pass this back over to the analyst as to break down the action from Icebox.
Well, today's match is certainly heating up. GenG continuing on a winning streak on the first 2 maps, taking Icebox. But T1 did start to pick up there, especially in that second half on defense, and it came really close. I mean, we're even discussing if we're going to go into an overtime.
Blame Liquid for this? Yeah, it sounds like it's Bacon's fault.
A little bit before going to the map, it definitely is very specialized for defense. And I was kind of reaching back into my memory zone, trying to figure out where have we seen this port. It was played in EMEA as well, and obviously everyone still is not that that convinced, right? It's either close games or it's kind of mismatched opponents, things like that. But I think you're starting to see, okay, the strengths are very clear, but GenG, they've been very good at adapting to some of these new comps that T1's bringing out today.
I mean, we see it happen so much, especially in the second half. In the first half, it's kind of like weird. It doesn't really work out all too much. There were so many times that T1 tried to get over to the
Get a
side,
flaming
just
Prius
kept getting
compilation?
blocked off,
Nah, surely we
or
don't flame him that
to
much.
get peaks or duels against GenG. GenG dealt with
Right?
them so quickly. And that second half is where we start to see more greatness. I mean, T1 started to peak out a little bit. There were moments where Saya was able to sneak up against them, getting a couple of frags. But the follow-up sometimes is a little bit lacking, and that's where GenG starts to adapt because they know that T1 is going to try to push up against them.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is that when GenG was on defense, they read the weakness of T1 very well, right? That you would have to play
That's
contact.
the
so they would
speech. We'll
actually
do it
get
another
earlier
time,
than T1 was
slow.
expecting, so you
I'm
kinda
gonna
shut
do
them
one
down.
stream
But
this
in the
week
second
where I
half, it
catch
took
up on
GenG
stuff
a
anyway.
while
That'll be in
to
there.
go back to some of their strengths at the beginning of the year, which was that util dump. Even the casters are talking about it. But the GenG, it seemed that they got so used to the pacing that they're currently playing in the current meta, right, during stage 1, where they like to creep up, cut audio, take contact, and then util dump, that they were trying to force that, which doesn't really work well against this composition. But a couple extra rounds, a timeout comes through, and then they say, okay, just use our util early, because how are they going to retake? We just break the wall, and then their retake is so much weaker, and GenG finally
Yeah, I mean, I still like the idea from T1. They just got off to the worst start possible.
That's where we started to see these rounds where GenG's really like trying to create a lot
They
of
made it
early
close
presence,
considering they
being
got no
outside these
pistols.
utilities, especially the wall from Rossi, and then go in for that push, go in for that execute, and at that point, T1 just really, weren't quite able to deal against that. Sometimes they had some certain.
Could you say events from I felt like my observing was the best?
Really but apart from that, GenG was
I mean,
just
honestly,
able
most
to bring themselves back
it's hit or
up on
miss with
top.
just
I mean,
like
there were so many
percentages
rounds where
of
we
what
saw,
stuff's
like,
good.
Meteor, for example, whether or not it's the lockdown
Any of the
in that
ECSs,
final
my stuff
round,
was
or
pretty
whether or not he
legit.
was able to sneak up against T1 at some point.
Base it, major, not bad.
Well, I mean,
Basic major
we are
maybe
going to be going
peaked.
to map 3 after this.
When I was like most pumped for it.
T1 really needed to win this particular map to be a little bit more comfortable in this best of 5, and they came close. We saw it here when they were on the defense, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Or any of the
Icebox
ECS stuff is
proved to
like
us that both teams
crazy
clearly
good,
did
to be
try, right?
honest.
While both teams
We had a
have been
great
avoiding
system
it
when me
for
and the
much
replay guy.
of the stage 1. Here at the mid-season playoffs, both of them are prepared well enough that they don't mind leaving it open. But as the casters mentioned, even GenG, I don't know if you would quite feel confident.
Okay, I'll be back in a little bit.
If you were to, meet other teams at Master Shanghai. So clearly things to work on. But the individual prowess, I mean, this was one of the clips you were talking about, Quack, as well, where Meteor just the decision-making individually. And this is what's scary about GenG, is that if you are just close enough to matching this team, they will always have some of these rounds, the individual heroics, the individual decision-making, that gets them 1, 2 extra rounds. And that's all you need to cross that 13 first in a map of Valorant.
And it happened pretty often as well. I mean, there are some of these moments where we start to see like Rossi or even maybe X-Curate Saya players sometimes getting a couple of frags. It happens for T1 a little, but it's just not still enough to bring them over that edge. Meanwhile, for GenG, I mean, everything was going right for them. You still have, Meteor, Munchkin fragging off. Texture especially, I think there were some times where they weren't quite able to go in together, but when they are together, when you have like that utility dump from Munchkin, from Lakia, there were so many times that T1 was just fully blinded and they weren't able to fight back whatsoever.
Now, we saw a lot of really good ideas come out from T1. We've said this for the last 2 agent comps on the last 2 maps, but it was like X-Cured was, telling us earlier backstage that, they have some structural things to still work on, and it really reflects here today. Now, Bind is their pick, and they absolutely must win this to have at all a chance to continue on till tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, listen, not all hope is lost. VCT Pacific is where we saw the first Tier 1 reverse sweep last year, with Paper Rex taking that reverse sweep against DRX in the Grand Finals, right, at Pacific. So it's been done. We've seen it since then. And obviously, I mean, T1, they're looking better on Icebox, so I think they've got a decent shot. However, they've now brought out 2 new comps on 2 different maps, but for Bind specifically, I would just love to see them work on this comp again, because they're the ones who came up with this composition last year, and some of these players, like Carpe, were playing on that roster. They know how to work it. The coaching staff helped build this composition. They should be able to play it with better clarity, and so far, Stage 1, it hasn't been convincing.
Yeah, it has been like not even middling results. Like they lost to Zeta Division, for example, on this map. The record has not been. No, actually, it's darn terrible, Willow.
Yeah, I mean, both of them.
0-4.
Yeah, but both of them don't look very promising on Bind. So clearly a lot to work on. But I just think that this competition for T1 has always had very clear strengths, and they should be able to at least prove that part.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope they do exactly that, William, because even on map 1, they had a comp that worked for them, and they decided to experiment. I don't know if today's the day for experimentation. On the other hand, you could argue maybe it is because they're qualified for Shanghai anyway, and they're just seeing what works. With that, we got to talk about our guess and gain. We guessed correct. We were almost not correct. We were almost all going to D-rank.
Are you happy about that or not?
I'm a little conflicted. There was a point where I was like, you know what? I don't care about my rank. I just want a good Valorant, you know, and that was great.
I thought you were going to say, I just want to see Valdez drop in his rank, because that's what I wanted. I don't care about my rank. I just want...
Well, you can take your beef up with him. He's Mr. Guess and Gain. He's still Mr. Guess and Gain.
Yep, continues to stay up there.
He's just like up here now.
Can't even see him anymore.
But here, collectively, we go up. Oh,
everybody,
Clinton is now immortal. Wingman is back to you guys, are Ascendant. Asteroid is back to Diamond. Whoa. Oh my God.
Oh, Asteroid. Okay, EV sees the future. He's dropping.
What is this? This is Plat. We got these two going out to Plat. I go back to Gold. I'm like always stuck in Gold. And then, hey, you guys are out of Iron.
Yeah.
Finally.
No longer hard stuck.
Congrats. No more hard stuck. Well, for now. For now. All right, we got the next guessing game. It's the next map will be Bind. Who's going to be winning Bind? It's a lot closer now. You can see from the viewers' votes, it's 59% in the favor of GenG. Do you guys agree?
William's already ready.
Oh, I wanted to change my vote.
Too late. Too late. 3.
Okay. I'll have my unofficial vote. My unofficial vote is T1, but I think I put GenG. You know, before the show, started. Yeah, GenG. Why do you guys think this map pick, it'll be GenG?
I mean, well, obviously, so far, GenG looking much stronger as well. But I would also just think GenG, clearly, they're sticking with the same comps. They're just brushing up a little bit more. And I think that's allowing them to adapt much faster to whatever T1 brings out, right? Whether it's new comps, whether it's new styles. They're so comfortable in their compositions that their adaptation is just faster. And I think that's really important in a match like this.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I'm thinking back to how T1 beat GenG even last week, and that came down to a lot of preparation, a lot of great reads coming out from, Xcurate, who was able to control the map and really predict or anticipate what GenG was about to do. But we're not seeing any of that today. Maybe some little glimpses, but not enough. And GenG, on the other hand, are the ones who are adapting on the fly. Whatever these new compositions are, GenG's always trying to fight back against them.
Well, I think 3 times a charm. And like you said, William, we've seen reverse sweeps happen before, and no way T1 wants to end like this. It can't be a 3-0. I don't think this is how they want to go to Shanghai. So let's see with... Okay, all right, they're not changing too much here, which is a good sign. This is a good first step for T1.
This is actually a good change, I would say, in the current meta, right? I mean, Skye, obviously still very valuable, but she's had her limits ever since the nerf a long time ago. KO is going to be very good, especially against the Cypher as well. So this nerfs Meteor a little bit in trying to just anchor on his own on whichever side.
And you got that additional nade and flashes as well. The Null Command possibly giving you a little bit more agency in how you want to push into the site or retake a certain site. I think it could work, but what I really want to see is that, Gecko, Harbor, needing to see Xcurate come with some great strats and reads.
Yeah, the mid round is going to
Rossi
be
onto
important,
KO,
but T1
double
again,
flash.
not a huge change, so hopefully they're a bit more fluid, because so far, Munchkin is just 2 steps ahead of Xcurate every single moment.
The solo Skye, but it has the Cypher, and Cypher normally gets info on the sides.
Today is the day for T1 to win their very first best
Like
of
one of the
5.
reasons they work well.
Absolutely must do it today, or else they're going to have to wait till next time this happens. Maybe in Masters, maybe back here in Stage 2. But does the buck stop here for T1, or are we going to see a map 4? Let's go over to our casters, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much. Here we go. GenG, the potential to close out
Last chance for
3-0
T1.
T1 needing a reverse
Obviously,
sweep.
probably pretty happy with Shanghai though anyway.
Final, but we see here a minor adjustment. Overall, not too many changes. Comps on the first 2 maps from T1 looking sus. Tried to cook like Paper Rex. They're probably sat back at home thinking they not like us. Now, We get ready to go into this bind. Just the adjustment on the KO. See
Unnecessary,
if this
but
holds water
pretty
for
funny.
T1 if they can get that much-needed map win.
Yeah, and for T1, I think these
They
new
keep
comps just
buying
weren't quite
sheriffs for
workshopped
pistols,
well
and they
enough
keep
in the
winning
time they've had
pistols.
off. If you look simply at the assist numbers,
We're at 4-0
Gen
for
G, you've got
pistols.
3 players with 20 plus.
T1 would love
the
a
most
pistol.
anybody has on T1 is 12.
Give them a
right now.
pistol in
So
that other map, they win
between
that
the
map.
first 2 maps. So for T1, it's just like they're not finding as much value. Karon here just going to try to slow things up with his molly. Yes, gets checked by the 0 point, but just waiting this out. It's T1,
2
and they're gonna try
people
to
on
just
top of a
dap
truck,
all the way through hookah.
dueling.
Smoke's coming down. There's a swing, and Karon going to be taken out. First and foremost is Rossi's able to find that headshot.
Not bad though.
Oh, easy.
Meantime,
Here we
Easy on
go.
the lurk. Cleaning up texture, but Munchkin will be able to
Okay,
go ahead and get the punish here over the
3v5
Viper.
into the 3v4 for pistol. It's a nice trade though.
Picks up that Sheriff.
Like all those shots they heard over on B, so they're pivoting in towards A. Munchkin gonna pop that toxic screen. Good reveal.
There's the reveal and the cleanup. Carbate dead. Plant still coming through, trying to clean that out.
Ooh,
But
Plant still goes out
damage on the
though.
wingman a little bit too late.
Rossi
So
has nades.
Plant now in T1.
Damn it, thank you.
In an advantageous position as Meteor comes lurking around the back.
Why is everything capitalized on that?
Excurate lingering back over, trying to wrap through showers. Means that this strike here up short could catch them off guard. A little bit of damage found, but kill.
I mean, they
Coming
get
through there
info.
onto Rossi. He gets tagged up.
Excurate can
GenG,
definitely
all their
own
attention
this.
paid away from this angle. Munchkin gonna fall. Shots just to the side. Unable to find that kill so far. Fragment buys some time here. They're able to find another elimination, but Rossi gets Meteor, and now it is all on Lockya. Sheriff in hand.
Okay,
Tries to
fast
get that
pistol
flick
for
over to the
them.
right. Cannot make it happen.
1-4
T1 will find their
for
first
pistols.
pistol round win of the series. Kick off bind 1-0.
Yeah, that's a huge moral victory for T1 for sure. Already, Rossi so good on KO since he switched to it this year.
Careful.
Gonna invest in a Vandal early, as well as Excurate. Bulldog, Guardian, and a Marshal is what it's looking like. One of the things that I noticed on Breeze, I know we're not going to be playing that map here, but with Excurate's Harbor,
That was
he's
nice,
really
though.
good at using the Cascades and the High Tides early in the round to isolate a player
Yeah,
of
the
GenG and
the
use
combo
the
of
rest his
Harbor
team
and
to take
Gecko.
them down with
I can
just
see why
dry
quite a few
push or
teams like heavy
something else
leaned into
behind
it at the beginning.
Really impressed with the way that he was piloting that
Yeah,
agent
that's a
on
solid
Breeze.
body block.
Looking like it could be similar here
Actually
on
just
Bind.
kicked
Good
it
start.
into
It's
the
only one
corner.
round, but already we're going to do some damage. Trying to combo that player in the corner.
Yeah, and that's a great start as well.
Absolutely screwed in that position. Up he goes, and the corpse hits the floor.
They're really going to
Ball now.
force into this? There's
Rising,
5 people
Lockya
here.
spotted there. Across the left side of this back sight. Bite coming through, full flash connecting. Pushing across that bite though, Karon does eventually fall down.
Okay, and they do cancel,
be
but they have a camera pretty
an
early
advantage
to
held
get
here for the side
info,
of GenG.
and this is at least a gun
be a gun upgrade
on
for Lockya,
showers, and Munchkin
cool
gets a
in
gun
showers.
as well, and this person's one
Plan.
shot.
Looks like it should be able to come through. Some of the Cypher utility cleared. Everybody now making their way in. Giving the
This
code
kind of helps them flood out,
the opportunity here for the wingman to get the plant down.
and they'll take
See
it.
what GenG can muster. They've got the numbers advantage.
Right there.
Don't quite have the gun advantage.
And
though.
they
Just
have
the kills,
vision
got
block of
themselves
the
into sight
wall.
as well. Marshall Bulldog recovered. Lockya just trying to stay tucked. Mosh at the ready. Gonna be locked
Lockya
in.
gets
Wanted
half.
to happen. I think the Mosh
Lockya.
missed. It's gonna be no. They pull off it just in time
Had to
avoid
get
damage.
off
Fragment
the
also comes flying through.
Gecko molly.
Carbate getting ready to spam across the angle. He's just barely off. They're just gonna hold this
Well,
one for the win. It's another thrifty.
They might have won. They might have won
From the
pistol,
side of GenG this
but they
time
lost
around.
this
Two
round.
players will
With
be
3
left to
people
survive.
played
Team
over
one,
towards
GenG
Hookah, and they
sneak in. They steal that
played
one away.
against the
Yeah.
Viper, and
Like you said, they just use that cove.
oh
against
man, I
their
kind
opponents.
of hated everything.
Use
Hated
that
the
cove
cove
make sure
to
you
help
hit
them
the
flood
plant
out.
safely, and he fast
Yeah, I hate it so
knowing
much
that you've
about
given up
this.
the Marshal and a Bulldog.
Also,
wanna
when they
take
saw
any
so much
damage and
util
hook up
here,
from
they
that
like they
angle.
didn't cancel and they just
But
decided
still.
to go through.
Yeah.
There's a side angle of the stage there.
Thank you for the thank you for the
This is my favorite
replay.
replay. They're just like, no, we don't want to show this. We
Yeah,
can't
we're-
air what just happened.
Sparing T1 some blushes there.
Classic Prius moment, that is.
Yep. Just let 'em have.
Whoa,
Oh
my
What?
god, the
Okay,
transition
sure,
was
I was about to say,
insane
Meteor
here,
just shuts
dudes.
down two so swiftly.
The little
Looking at
one.
picture, though, being able
Dude,
to
he
come
knew
away
he
with
hit the
kill in
first
end.
bullet. That was sick. Lovely transfer, man.
Backs off, but my god, what a start. Texture eventually felled theirs. Carbate Manages to swing out, take him down to jump forward. Heron just swings through the wall, finds Excurate. Now it's all on Carpe.
He just running through it.
Heron clears out the wingman. Dizzy up over the top. Quick clear on that one. Carpe pushes forward, is able to take him down.
Oh, we saw him heaven. He knows where they are.
Will get the stun. No one in position to capitalize though. It's Carpe pulling back. We're gonna work his way into the teleporter, but it's just a moment too late. Munchkin will be able to find him, and GenG will now move up 2-1.
It's a nice eco.
He's been really sharp today. You can say if there's one kind of bright spot here for T1. Ever since Icebox, Carpe's been looking really in tune.
That was nuts.
Ridiculous. That little micro transfer there from the side of Meteor is absolutely ridiculous. He's been nuts today on those Sentinels. Karon going to be grabbing a judge. Something you got to be aware of as T1. He will, if they recognize the economic situation of GenG, certainly need to be considering it. This is something that GenG, even though they lost to DRX on bind, we're doing really well.
What happened?
Under control, especially with
they had two people close, and then nothing happened, and then they just rotated. They got some kind of read.
Dizzy out, damage across. Rossi tagged down to 25. There's an easy cleanup into the neural theft from Meteor.
No, the Cove actually helped him get out as well.
The other is Lakia trying to transfer. Can't make that happen. Meteor does get taken down easy on their approach from Garden, able to find that kill. Now the Sentinel gone. Thrash instantly dealt with.
Does Thrash have, you know the fish once it gets insta-ulted? Is it similar to a Sage Wall? I swear when I see this fish get like used and get shot early, it just insta-melts. Whoa!
Somehow gets that headshot. Karon just making a little bit too much noise, but do they suspect the double approach from behind? The answer is going to be no. Texture finding one. Nade into back sight. Central at the ready. Bounces forward. Cuts over to the side. Excurate here within the tube. Ready to swing out. He catches him with a boom bomb.
Is it 2v4 right at one point?
Will get themselves a tied up map now at 2-2, but barely so.
I mean, it's so
do you think it was the
Viper
Viper wall as well? Oh,
that
okay.
Setup that
Yeah,
Meteor
you might be
had.
right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You know, gets the cam spot into a neural theft and then jumps down, but maybe gets a little too aggressive towards the octagon, pays the price.
They got melted fast.
But reveals his position and gets stuck in the corner. Makes it easier for Excurate to get that kill on that swing. Carpe coming up with some big kills in that round again. This time around, Trapwire's going to be set up in front of short. For now, T1 is going to hold back. Just wait, see if there's any aggression. You do have a Guardian and a Bulldog to consider. Showstopper as well. Excurate has the Reckoning, though. So when they do decide to go for that hit, have a little bit of extra ability to clear open that site.
Dude, GenG are playing weird on their defense. And I don't know if it's
from either side.
I mean, they're just gambling. This one makes more sense because it's an eco.
Really wanting to push out until now.
They've been gambling a lot.
There's a creep up. Carpe spotting one. Sends it Dizzy. I'll just go ahead, jumping back.
They kind of take that though, right?
Not overstaying their welcome.
There's my buddy.
Just get the pick up and start drifting their way across here towards A, but mirrored there by Lakia, who now looks to try to reinforce this site.
And they made a bit of a call once the Dizzy went over towards here that they were going to fast rotate towards A and stack A. They got double kill trip. They got 4 people here, but they don't have the guns. Got 30 seconds.
There's the push getting ready to come through. Reckoning sent. Lakia trying to jump back. This gets stunned up. Meteor able to find one before getting taken down. Man advantage.
Yeah, but they know there's someone in.
Flash at the ready. Pop flash sent. Lakia pushing forward is able to find Rossi, but it now leaves Karon on his lonesome, just now arriving with a classic in hand. Side player will go ahead and get the one.
Solid round from them as well. 3 people alive, so they get a bit of money. They keep getting plumbed down. And what madness we got from GenG this round.
I mean, I think overall they do a pretty good job of mirroring what their opponents are trying to do. Good setups, but again, good early shooting out just in time to see Texture before that Harbor util arrived. Snappy from Saya. But overall, I mean,
CC with the Prime as well. Thank you so much.
Is just really clean.
Thank you for the Prime, bro. I appreciate it.
Looking at shooting on these entries. Deep 0 point there. Not really going to find much for Rossi. Meteor this time
Knife
around
hits
gonna
no
set up
one,
his cam outside showers.
and Flash hits no
Be
one.
right around
They're
that
definitely
door.
going to hold the 3-person stack over towards A.
Be Munchkin is going to try to play off this
This
trap
trip has
wire.
been
Lakia there
annihilating
potentially
people.
to back it up, but
And we have a bit of an
something
anti-KO set up at the moment. So
has.
KO over towards here. We've got trips
that's
on A.
danger close here.
Wait, trip on B.
Side, oh, Showstopper v Showstopper. Then both wait until they hit the ground, but it's going to be Texture who comes away with the
That
kill.
was so funny to
Saya,
watch.
way too shallow with it.
Yeah, Saya just
That goes
shot
out. Lakia
way
actually
too
found
close.
wallbang attempts coming through. Rossi
Good
gets
luck
that
to
kill.
Munchkin.
Soul Command now coming through as Munchkin. Here, alongside the wall, just put the KO down. Still has to stay tucked back. Tap, but now Meteor arriving. Swings through, finds one. Carpe continuing to find impact. It's a kill there on a Munchkin, but he's completely and utterly surrounded. Izu arriving. Carpe delivers another one. Izu getting one for himself.
Oh,
And Carpe
dude,
will
Carpe
be the
is
finisher.
Carpe's doing
A
great,
3K
man.
from him, bailing them out once more, giving them an even
He could have
stronger
planted on
lead,
top
now
of this,
4-2.
Carpe's just on one today.
Yeah, he really is.
Really reacting quickly to stuff and accurately as well. Great find from Rossi. Munchkin doing a great job there, finding that first kill and then using that high tide to sneak back away safely to buy a little bit of time for Meteor to sneak in and find a kill. But once Carpe got out of
Toto
sight,
3-3 okay as
it
well.
was just an absolute nuisance. GenG had the numbers
Thank you so much
advantage
for
and
the
they
prime,
couldn't
bro. I don't
convert.
know how else to say your name.
That's
I'm
gonna
trying to work
force
out
a
what the 3
timeout
would
here.
be.
I'm
But
really
thank you very
curious to
much,
see
man. I
what they're
appreciate the
gonna wanna
prime.
do. I
Thank
think
you, Toto.
overall they're making somewhat decent reads. Now in that round, they don't really anticipate the B hit.
Karma
fast
was the
enough. Still,
yeah,
Munchkin did a
Carpe
good
was the
job
former
buying time. I mean,
IGL.
they
Excurts now
could in
IGLing.
What looked like maybe it would be a unfavorable situation to start. However,
Yeah, maybe he's more free to just focus on the
Munchkin plays it
crosshair.
well, but Carpe plays it even better. He's just so fired up. See HSK,
Sometimes Carpe goes crazy.
they're all
Yeah,
pointing at the map, getting involved with it. Let's see what they want to do.
Bit more
He's got
proactivity
some-
here from
he's
GenG,
got
and
some
one of the-
really
I think
nice
one of the most
clips.
curious things
He
we
really
saw
does.
in Icebox was just how unwilling they were to really intervene
one
and call
R-
that timeout. Didn't
one
see it until
R
after round
MDR with the
17
prime as
when
well.
T1
Thank you
had
so
already
much, man.
considerably ran back the map.
Thank you very much
Might
as well.
be
Did a
trying
lot
to
of
ice
primers
Carpe,
today.
but
Thank you so much for the
you know,
support.
he's just,
Shut that man down.
yeah. Well, Sheriff, so, you know, it's basically even for GenG. Okay, wait, there is a Bucky there for Lakia.
Nah, I don't really play or watch. Well, I don't
A
have
little bit
time to play
more
this game,
aggressive
so I don't
positioning
really,
here from Meteor.
I don't really play any other
Just
games.
have his camera there as well.
It's a
I
lot
will-
of
I
intel.
will
The
have time to
Boombot
play
and
this
the
game
main shells
eventually,
both
off-season,
expended there from
hopefully.
Saya.
Honestly, maybe
Cam's
before
still set
Shanghai.
up.
Oh, look at it, too. It's on the ground. That's so annoying.
Oh, well,
Shot.
doesn't matter anymore. Tries to go in for the challenge, was feeling it, but the side player quick to shut that down. No value, no damage found whatsoever there from Meteor. With that Cypher eliminated, that does make this A site a lot more appetizing for T1.
And you have the Thrash as well here to clear some space if necessary. Don't know if they'll invest the pit, but
You're still suspecting that he's going to be in
T1 are
position.
very
This is a
chill right
hit
now as
threat
well. I've
come
been
through
enjoying
over
the
on main.
calling. It's a lot of
Mayhem
kill
pulling off
into
the
wait
angle.
for them
Still
to
paying
react
some attention over there.
into
Karen's
the
able to
side
find one.
hits.
Rossi going to be taken down. Thrash
Oh,
sent out. There's the orbital strike now. Invested.
Why?
Texture recovers a weapon. And just not quite ready for it, just off the angle. Karen, however,
What?
well,
taps.
he really
Karen
wants to
finds
win this
himself a
round.
third
oh, this
elimination.
Bucky.
The Bucky here in the smoke. The push forward. He spotted him for a brief little moment. Second pump. Lakia.
Okay, well, you
Will
use
find
your
the
ult
kill.
into this one.
Karen
Let's see it.
trying to clutch this one out. Time not there. Execute TPing across the map.
Oh, it's close.
Just about get this one through. Drops down. Does he
Nope.
have
Nope.
it? No. Just a bit too late. They know it. Cash will come in, but it's yet another thrifty in ways that we might not expect for GenG to win the round.
But I like what they do.
I mean, yeah, and he gets
terms of
rewarded for putting his ult
maintaining
into it.
tower
What a, I
control.
mean, there was a bit of a solo round from
Texture
Karen, really. Hit some
immediately
nice shots.
backfills when Meteor goes down, and they're just covering each other really well. It helps that, you know, they're nasty with Sheriffs, especially Karon here. Jeez Louise, that second one. But then Lakia able to get into that smoke with that Bucky. Kind of stalls that round out just enough. Really smart stuff there from GenG, covering each other really well in their positioning in
Texture.
that round. Absolutely beautiful.
It's the op
Up
out.
now in play.
Knife's gonna hit
Point over the
2.
top, poison orb here for Munchkin.
They
He's gonna go for a
split
bit
the
of
side in
spray.
half as well, and they know there's 2 showers. Oh,
Oh,
he is here fast.
He's looking to intercept, and I don't know. Have they read this?
I mean,
Right now, they're
nah.
still moving.
Not a
In
chance
hand.
they
Yeah,
expect
he will
him
be able to
there.
clean up that kill. Easy in the meantime, gets rid of
That's pretty
Munchkin.
cool.
They flushed him out of this site for the most part, and now they're fully unprepared for this arrival up into heaven. Karen goes for the challenge, somehow wins it. It swings out blind to go ahead and take him down. Lakia now swooping through.
Yeah,
Finds a
and
kill into
Rossi
Izu.
gets hit
It's all on
by
Rossi
the
with 42
Molly
HP.
and the
Trailblazer
Seekers.
coming through, tucks back around the corner, trying to stay out of sight, out of mind. I don't think that they have noted him. And he's got a major opportunity here for a huge backstab. They're basically in line with one another.
Oh no.
Oh,
Smoke
it's
there.
so
Pushed up into it
close
from
as well.
Lakia.
Yeah, they're on
Privy to
top of it.
this. Turns back, has the protection there.
The Lakia got an important jewel
Cleans him
there.
up, grabs the operator, and we're tied at 4-4.
This is a really awesome round from
It is a
T1
pretty
in terms
cool
of
strat.
the preparation for it, and the thought
The
behind
double
it.
satchel and descended
Diving
into
so deep,
spawn.
catching so much of GenG off guard. It's just Karon is just an absolute rock outside of showers right now. Texture does find a little bit of value just before he gets taken down. They're just reading that really nicely. Lakia just says, okay, wait. Might be coming from the other direction potentially. To
Okay,
have
T1 forced
Viper's
down to an
pits
eco.
on both
Saya one
sides.
away from his
T1 now
ult.
forced down to a weaker
Flash goes
buy.
long
The way that
towards
things have gone in the
B.
last couple of
Doesn't
rounds.
hit, and they rotate
GenG
with the early info double trip.
Waiting out this boom bot.
It's a hard
Stack
round. Munchkin may
outside
be
of
playing a bit
showers,
too
3
aggro.
in front of A.
Sheriff and Carpe's hands is what I'm looking at. Munchkin, he's spotting quite a bit of action here over at short. Molly,
they dumped
Angels,
everything.
Everything just sent to try to make this short push completely
Oh
undoable, untenable. But oh man, Rossi eating so much damage. Down to 11 HP as Munchkin continues to spray and pray, hoping for some kind of elimination.
What is
but
this?
It's the only damage found so far.
Do they
They're
never
on the
mid rounds?
Trailblazer. Showstopper
Like,
at
do
the
they
ready,
never
set.
like
Texture
cancel?
This time will get caught, but Karon in the meantime, he's killed 3. Carpe will be able to put him down at long last, but interrupt there on the plant. The wingman unable to get it done. Tries to line up the headshot. And this
Maybe
time,
it's just a read that GenG have on ecos. I don't know if it's a read like overall. But I'm seeing so much util dump from GenG, all people here, and I would expect like most teams in 2 of these rounds to maybe call a cancel. Then they're so confident they're not going to cancel. I wonder if it's a bit like a K-Corp at the moment, where it's a lot of set rounds and they don't cancel much.
Clean with it. Gets another 3K.
When I watch T1 at the moment, it's reminding me a little bit of
One
K-Corp.
away from another orbital strike though. Already seen 1 in this half.
But it's also been on 2 eco rounds, so it might just be on ecos. Maybe they just always send it.
Oh yeah.
GenG, you know, starting on this defender side, so a couple more rounds, they'll be in a good spot.
Well,
That
knife
0
hits
point getting
2,
pinged.
and
They
it
know
hit
there's gonna
it
be
hit
an
the
operator.
raise.
Saya
So
wisely backs away for now. Wingman just held up there by that trip wire. This Meteor now looks to reposition. Just gonna stack in right on top of all of his utility.
And he's got Lakia there to back him up. That crossfire going to be really challenging. This is something DRX struggled with a
they
little
double
bit
flash.
in the spine. There's that cascade. Meteor remembers it.
Right. Big botch on the fragment. That was meant to go in deep. Must have just clipped the corner of the wall.
Oh, this round fell apart fast, man. Rossi missed his nade, and then it all went wrong.
Scrambling.
Oh, that was hard to watch, bro.
I'm
glad we weren't on his POV.
Trying to see if anyone's going to come sprinting through cave.
I just love this from Meteor. Remember the last time that cascade came through, and this time he's playing in a position to get ahead of it. So smart. Now, I think just a save going to be in order for T1.
You just don't have the money to try to play through
rough
this
round.
2v5.
Really rough round.
So very unlikely. And we'll just stay tucked back. See if anybody over-aggresses, pushes into them.
You want to use the mid round or
GenG certainly
cancel
could
more when
try
Carpe
to go on
played?
the
I'm
hunt
not
here,
sure.
but it will show some mercy. Allow them to retain their weaponry. But GenG now going to move up 6-4. So 6-6. The
I don't
best
think it was
T1
like
can hope for. It would still be a very solid
noticeable,
attacking
but-
side. But the need to get those gears churning.
Oh, the thing that concerns me right now is that GenG has been able to hang on to their Viper's Pit, and now they've also got an orbital strike to back it up. And that could be really difficult. That neural theft, huge. Munchkin right in the teleporter waiting with open arms.
Felt like GenG had a good read
not
though.
sure what
Dude, it
happened
feels
with
like
Carpe
GenG
there.
have good
Now it's
reads
gonna
on
be
this
T1's
map.
turn.
In this map
Take a timeout.
especially.
try to steady the ship for these last 2 rounds.
They're over-rotating. They're not
And have a few
rotating
rifles
back.
to work with.
On this round
Not gonna be a
here,
full
they had
buy, I
a
don't
crunch
think.
ready and 2 people inside a
Everybody.
hookah.
On T1 trying to stave off a 3-0 defeat here. Yes, they're going to Shanghai, but man, oh man, would you like to get to that finals? Man, oh man, would you like to win? Because then you get a bye going into Shanghai.
You get a bye, you get to pick your opponent,
Yeah.
you get championship points for winning the stage. There is plenty at stake. So, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be there's plenty of people out there who I'm sure in the chat or online are saying like, oh, well, you know, it doesn't matter too much. They're already going to Shanghai. There's
Right.
still tons to play for, tons more advantages that you can give yourselves down
Who's
the line.
winning each
whether it's
region?
for Masters or for that chance
I mean, I'll still go
qualification.
with my
There's
pick'ems.
every reason to
So,
still play for
What
that
are my
win.
pick'ems?
Yes,
Lev,
can you take can you be a
EDG.
little bit more lenient? Can you take some, you know,
Some
attempts?
risks?
I tell you what, though,
You take some risks.
I mean,
some
I'm-
Agent comps?
Yeah, some,
I'm pretty
you can cook up
confident
some
Heretics.
compositions
I'm
that are
pretty
different.
confident Heretics are winning,
Yeah.
but I'll say Foot.
Just don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
We saw that overdone a little bit. That Lotus T1, I think, you know, they
And
were
then
cooking
Paper
with an
X,
easy bake.
obviously. DRX, yeah, we don't talk about the DRX.
Get the big boy oven
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. You can only make 1 cupcake at a time with those easy bakes.
They're poisonous.
You need a full stove.
Okay,
this
so a
one
lot
for
more
sure.
util dumped over towards
And like I
hookah
said,
for this
weaker by
one.
your
Knife goes in,
on
hit
T1,
1, so they don't want to take
spam to try
showers
to dissuade
control.
them. The trap wire crisscrossed outside of that hookah window. And already down is Rossi. Meteor's going to find him. Things not really able to go T1's way. They're trying to find space all across the map, and you do have a little bit of a push out from Izu, but it's certainly not comfortable. And Showers control somewhat seated, but it's accounted for here by GenG.
Munchkin's just watching for it, but that paint shell draws his attention.
Hold on.
Oh,
that's unlucky.
Spotted, but now they're all going to be spotted. And Izu says, okay, I'll just go ahead and collect this judge. Make this a little bit more unassailable, but if the rest of the team can't get themselves out onto the site, it might not matter. Plant interrupted, Reckoning invested. Orbital strike now coming through. Izu trying to push up, trying to get a timing, but Meteor able to draw down, finds that kill. Excrit pushing his way through Lamps, does find 1, but still so much more that he has to try to work through.
So
30
challenging.
seconds left.
Spots 1. Could take the teleport.
In
but
the
now
third
Eagles
Heretics
gonna
match will be really
watching.
close.
Swing out from Charon, and he'll just go ahead
Yeah.
and win the fight.
We'll see if
GenG,
Foot
they
can
get
be
themselves up to 7.
Fnatic fast, I guess.
And this here is where T1 absolutely need the round win.
Which
to
again should be
salvage this
okay,
half.
but
7-5, not a bad scoreline for the attack. Lower than that, though, starts becoming a bit more worrisome.
Things look a little bit disjointed right now for T1 and some of their decision making. You invest the Reckoning here, but Izu has an opportunity to plant that Viper's Pit, maybe make things a little bit easier for you if you're going to go for those ults in that round.
Foot's
maybe that
Lotus
would
is
be it,
strong.
but
Dude,
instead
I
they're
kind of
gonna
hope
opt to save
Fnatic
it.
lose to Foot's Lotus again. I
Munchkin's
want
still with his
I
as
want
well.
Mini to lose
Showstopper
that comp
again for
twice.
Texture with that operator in hand as well. An early push out. Flash is going to
I need ammo to flame this guy.
on this hookah pressure, but now going to use some utility to clear. This time, space is given up by GenG. Oh, ult popped here for Rossi.
GenG wants them to come through here onto this side. Full flash.
Poor
on Lackia.
Lakia. Yeah, this was a nice round though from T1.
In place over in this
All
side
pop,
side.
vision block,
Members of
Viper with
GenG
the
are
after
unable to
plant.
hold their ground.
Double utilities flash out.
Sure now.
This was great.
Showstopper at the ready. Sends it, but within the
Guess
two,
he gets
they
a
are
little
saving
bit
it out.
unlucky
Flash
there.
now coming through. That's going to be sent his way.
Oh.
Oh, no. Jump up over the top. Now dizzied. I mean, Texture's just absolutely screwed. Take it down as Charon goes inching forward. Flushed out aside.
Dang, I mean, that was a convincing round. 7 though. 7 was a lot for GenG considering they lost pistol. It's just the fact that they ecoed next round.
On their attack side to close out the first half.
Yeah, the fact that GenG gives up that space to T1 there means that when the null command is popped, they can't use any of their utility to slow that attack down. They have to rely solely on their firepower, but it's great util from T1 to keep Lakia planted behind that box. Flashes are great. And that basically is them swarming into the site, doing a good job understanding that the Showstopper was going to be there, putting themselves in positions where it's going to be hard for Texture to find value without at least giving up a trade. And there it is. Yes, dance for us.
Show your despair by acting like the Texture emote.
Yes.
GenG fan here showing the eternal battle between them and T1.
Oh my God.
That is quite a bit.
Yeah, that's
it's
all.
a lot
GenG
of the
victory,
same thing.
GenG victory, GenG victory.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the same thing written over it again and again. Point 1, GenG victory. Point 2, GenG victory. Quite the thesis they have there. Not sure that would pass muster with my college professors, but sure.
You seem to have just copy and pasted the same words over and over again. He did set a word limit, so
Yeah.
how else was I gonna reach that?
They're still going for the
know is that GenG's
Sheriff Mania,
That's all that matters.
and it has been working. It's 4-1 of the pistols,
GenG gonna be
1-0
on the
this map.
attack. I mean, honestly, not a bad attacker's side. Considering it's bind for T1, generally this is somewhat slightly defender-sided, so got to be feeling that this is definitely their opportunity to turn this series around. Another pistol win would be huge for them.
Yeah, I feel
You'll
like
find
at
that
the
first one, even
moment,
though they got thrifty right
the
after.
double initiator comp makes it pretty
Maybe we'll win the pistol,
excited,
win that anti-eco.
but they are single
Setup's
initiators.
so annoying on A.
Yeah.
2 in U-Haul. And then Carpe.
I feel like this comp here
right now,
on
it's just an
attack has to
exploration
be getting
mission for GenG.
7.
They're trying to get info.
Unless you're
They don't
crazy
have much other
proactive on
than
defense
what
like
they
this.
don't have.
A lot of info.
Timing,
being
this is
gained right at
Spike.
the moment here, though, for
Oh,
T1.
no.
Lockett, he's got that spike in hand. And this could be devastating. Seemingly no idea that anybody could be swung out like this. Rossi pulling back, almost putting himself on the angle. Now spotted. Messiah goes in for the chase, but
Lakia was
swiftly
super
replies. The
aware for
headshot
that.
comes through.
Yeah, saw the first guy, but
himself
then
with the spike
expected the other
chain.
guy close.
I love
Cross
the
now.
idea.
Rossi dropping out a window. There's the
Yeah,
cleanup. Now the rest of the site completely open. Munchkin watching
And
the
it
teleport.
just took so
and
much
puts down
space with the
Execute
info.
ease. Kill quickly found in the meantime. Meteor still here on the site, and it is a rude awakening for Izu. Getting out
30
lurk, just
seconds
wanting to
left.
recover that poison orb. Well, he still can. And now Carpe is all on his lonesome in a 1v5.
I mean, Carpe's been doing some good rounds, but this one's too much.
I mean,
I think the foot
this
proves
is so
that it's very
difficult,
easy to
especially knowing
take
that
any
Meteor's gonna
site
be behind
because
you
you can't hold
pretty
3
quickly,
sites
no matter
very
what
confidently
happens
on
here.
Lotus.
Texture,
As long as you
does
somehow
get taken
prevent
down.
retaking
first
on
one.
attack.
Okay.
I
He
think
knows.
you
Reads
have
it.
a good point.
Can't get it though.
You have a good point to an extent, yeah.
Very close to taking out
It's
Meteor, but there's
it's
still so many more
definitely-
layers to try to peel back to get that pistol round.
If
turned
they get
around.
over towards the
And it will be
site,
6-1
and they do
now.
overwhelm sites a
GenG
lot.
have just been dominating
They have the
pistols.
thing is they have good game plans every time they
love
play.
this
But
idea
I
of
do
just
feel like
push
if they
out
played
Aruga
against a normal comp,
that they spot.
I do
Lockett
think
as he's
if
falling
they
back,
play
Messiah
against
just
the
tries to
Fnatic
swing right
comp,
away to
they
catch
should be
Lockett
getting
off guard. He just
3
doesn't.
rounds on
Lockett is
attack
just so
max.
ready for it.
But I
That's
do agree with
incredible
you.
awareness from Lockett.
They play well on their overwhelm
That
sites
looked
well.
like that was maybe going to be Saya. You know, some players might just turn and run there.
And once they hear
Lakia
util,
wise
if
to
they
it.
overwhelm like a C site, if
And
they
they're
hear an
just
aggro A,
Marching their way
they're
forward on
very-
the site, cutting players down.
they're good at just
Meteor
being able to
catches
hold the
lurking
site.
Izu. So well thought out by GenG.
And they want to set up this wall to try to, play with that ambiguity. Say,
Free
okay,
now?
have we
It
looked
feels like a
forward?
free
Have
now.
we not? What is the, what are we doing?
We got,
The
I
damage
mean,
goes
this
up.
is a little bit
Meteor
bold
says, well,
though.
I can look at everything, and I
They
know
got they
that
got
you
2 guns. They didn't
push
buy
out.
too heavy.
Maybe somebody could have gotten, behind that teleporter box just a little bit faster than the cam setup, but very aware that no one is on that lurk.
Well, I'm sure it's something that GenG noticed in their VOD.
Any matchup I'm looking for is
How
Shanghai.
well T1 was using that harbor util to
I think
take
I
space
think 100 Thieves
and find
Fnatic could be pretty
favorable
fun.
positions and angles
But I
on
think at the
Breeze.
current form, there's a
yeah, great
chance that
awareness
100 Thieves
from Meteor.
absolutely
Again,
smash
finding
Fnatic.
open space once again. Our GenG working the map, and Meteor taking down Xcurate.
Strikes him down. And now the plant coming through. The rest of GenG going to be able to go ahead and start the rotation. Pump to the camera. Meteor now going to start inching his way forward and get ready to try to go for yet another backstab here through this defender's spawn. Saya very wary of it though, keeping his eyes trained on that angle. But Meteor, he is slow creeping. Turtle-esque at the moment.
Yeah,
in his
dude, if
approach.
GenG,
This is just
if
time
GenG
bought.
look back to
there's the
like
eventual
Madrid
swing out.
form,
He does
which in this
get that
game they've been
kill.
looking very, very good, insanely confident.
So much additional space taken. Lockett finding one, trying to set up, has to go for the reload
This,
now.
I mean, Pacific
swing out from heaven, not
have
coming through.
Pacific are heavy
Lucky just
favorites
backs
for
away.
that LAN.
3 challenges, finds the headshot. The rest of T1 trying to stay tucked, trying to stay protected as Rossi down to 8 HP. Will be able to die to the spike. No, actually Lakia hunting for it, wants the kill, will not get it. The spike will claim them both. But GenG
Fnatic v FPX, bro. Fnatic FPX would be a banger game. It wouldn't. It doesn't sound like it, but it would be. FPX can upset so many teams with their comps right now. They play so weird.
To the side of T1 without taking some for yourself. I really like this buy and this thought into this round. Find the open. Lagia didn't. He wanted to get that kill.
Somebody get the soap.
Yeah.
I'll wash this boy's mouth down.
Don't tell the censors. But it's such a smart idea here on this anti-eco from GenG because
okay, big round for T1, but
you've gotten a bunch of
I mean,
extra orbs
they
for yourself.
did the weirdest buy ever,
So well
and they give 5 rifles out because of it. It was like a
so ready for this.
And this is what we say about this a little bit on this comp, right? This comp has to be proactive on defense. But if GenG are on top of that, then it's gonna go great for them. You're probably gonna see this a lot, right? Them just hold early default.
Unless like whoever's on the site that they hit just goes absolutely nuts. Which at this point, they may be feeling that pressure. They may feel like they have to go for the hero plays. And they're setting themselves up to try to counter this A hit. I mean, they've got everybody there. Just can they execute?
Blazer through, Cove. Ball now sent. Texture jumping his way in through lamps. Izu taking quite a bit of damage. Doesn't offer that much in response either. Sends out a snake bite.
I mean, there's 3 people here, and the flash is good.
Shower's able to find one, but can't get a follow-up. It's going to be Lakia mowing them down. Clearly. Still
yeah, and they know he's here because of the...
He wasn't able to find that final kill in the previous round. Carpe now is able to find one. There's still so much work.
Look at Texture. You might expect this. Okay, he did expect this.
He's able to take him out. Only 2 members lost. The cash up plenty on the side of GenG to get themselves up to double digits. Just 3 rounds now separating them from a 3-0 victory.
Where you have to be proactive, just the overwhelm of the site hits is pretty strong. So they got a comp that like needs to double flash like exec on people.
Absolutely backbreaking.
Like if this comp just decides to normal hits, this comp's good at like a couple of things, right? It can do this, right? Say the smokes go here, it can exec heavy on them.
Try to recover a bit.
And if the wall goes up, you can exec heavy on them. But other than that, like holding the actual sites, not great at.
That was another thing that caused them a lot of grief the last time they played T1 with some of the trap plays that they were setting up, especially on Ascent. Here on Bind.
So a lot of the time, they'll be needing to go aggro.
Making sure that the space is truly open. Now a high tide after that Trailblazer there to try to obscure some of the positioning here of T1. Allow Xcurate to sneak in just a little bit closer with that Guardian. Here come the Seekers though to counter it, and a flash as well. What a shot with the
shot.
Saya does put down Lakia, finds one, but now Xcurate lost. Rossi noted by the Seeker. And here the Stinger. Shell sent out to try and delay. Bit of damage going to be found there as Caron does get knocked down. 53. You're watching the angle here for now as that smoke is ready to dissipate. Cam getting the spot on the 1. Realistically, how do they start this push? Wingman to try to lead the charge. Cage set up though. Texture able to find side player. That's a player in heaven now. Gone. Cage going to dissipate. They pull back into lamps. Izu able to find one. Opens up the shower side of the site.
Yeah, they got some good crossfires in this.
Gets the spot before the flash can blow.
Okay, and is there a timeout before T1's big buy rounds? You'd imagine so.
Yeah, just great post plant setups here for GenG. Have the smoke to cover U-Haul to hold that angle. Have a couple players watching from the heaven side of the site. Very, very steady play from GenG all day.
Watch China? Now we'll raid Ryan. Dude, I'm gonna... An extra 4 hours of sleep is huge today. I'll take that.
T1 has to go for one more timeout. See if they can.
Is this the shortest best of 5? It's honestly it might be. There is a chance.
No, it is not. Down by 6 at the moment. Their final timeout now.
What other games are there today? Literally all the regions.
T1 are in a
You got
very
Pacific, you got China,
dire
you got EMEA,
situation.
and
The run back needs to
Americas.
start right now. GenG is just looking. It's looking like a breeze in the moment for them. And getting pushed, on their map pick of Icebox. Clearly, they did their homework on T1's map picks coming into this series, because so far it's been just looking absolutely dominant.
No doubt, it is really good anticipation here from GenG. I've liked some of the change of ideas as the maps have gone along. I thought maybe they were a little late to react at times on Icebox, but really, you got to give some credit to T1. Some of the ideas they cooked up, even with these new comps. Yeah, it didn't get them a map win on Icebox, but it definitely kept it close. Now here on Bind, a map that typically they've been pretty decent on. GenG is having their number. This angle from Xcurate, though, with the under from Izu as well. Gets the opening kill. Meteor gonna try to use that cyber cage to get in, but Saya gonna use that boombot wise to it. Meteor has to pop the second cage, but Xcurate still goes fishing and finds.
Munchkin's going for a
there.
bit of a play.
Set up here on top of Tube. Well, there's only a couple different places you could be, as Munchkin not ready for a potential push out there. Flash.
He's just checking if someone was tucked into the corner close.
All on Charon. That is the first. Second elimination would give him the ultimate.
Got the spike.
Grabs the spike, lifts the back away. They line up, and suddenly he's in with a pinch, but a double approach in from behind.
He's so aware. I think he had the
Suspicious about this,
satchel.
but surely T1 cannot
I think he
allow
had the
this round
satchel
to get away from them.
that went here.
Smoke drop at the back. Charon thinking about challenging in. They're lined up once again, but this time he won't be able to collect two
and it
kills.
could have been pretty
Solid effort,
clean,
though, still
but
damage dealt,
man,
T1
this
cannot
this
afford to
duel over
suffer.
towards short is interesting, man. Players
be
are
able to
getting
win the
good
round,
at
keep
just
themselves in
players
this
are
for
getting
now.
good at staying insanely calm
defensive
in
round
aim
win here
duels.
on Bind,
The
and
fact he doesn't just shoot
just
straight
holding good
away,
angles.
he tries to
Just
move because he
kind of
knows that he got
catching
wrecked like
GenG a
from
little
the
bit
double
off guard
swing.
with the space that they think will be free, and it's not.
Pretty
The
impressive.
high-low setup on the tube. Gets the free pick. Xcurate able to
T1 did mess up a little
take
bit
Meteor out there
with
with all the smoke in the way.
side step
So
back
now-
into the lineup.
A little bit of life. Couple ults. Both sides. This opening
Texture.
scrape.
And they try to go aggressive, but they just put them down. Similar scenes to Meteor when he was holding out showers. Texture just quickly transfers, finds two. Looking for a timing catcher as Izu, as Rossi with the TP is able to go ahead and clean them up. Brings it back into a 2v2. Poison Orb being sent. There's the neural depth, and as he tries to swing out, it's just going to be the Poison taking him down. Harvey,
Okay.
however, shoots
But a
through,
slap hit.
finds one, reveal, still pinging. He's just strafing across everything.
Nice,
Harvey
yeah. Wingman gave him the
spot.
slap.
He will clutch it out. He will keep T1 alive.
Just
I mean, that's
like
so
they're on
fast.
the
There's
edge.
So many counterplays in that round.
We got
the
we got
two-
no money.
Flash and push from Rossi.
He's saying that. Maybe a few of them have more money than I
So
thought.
nice.
It was a weird round.
It was very weird. And then the double mollies there looked like it had stopped this round, and somehow Meteor just, we got stunned up. Not able to respond. That was so quick.
Two
there.
people get hard
Everybody
reset,
just
but actually everyone else's
finding
money's not too
good
bad at
timings
all
with
here. We've
their
got 1,
utility.
2, 3 that combine next. So
Just
we've got
barely
giant
carving once
rounds.
again with another
With a
hero round.
plant,
He is
GenG would be fine to buy.
just giving CPR to T1 to keep him in this.
He is not letting them go down without a very solid fight.
Can't use that.
Still, though, these rounds.
Knife hits Viper, but that doesn't give you too much. Skydog goes over
scraping
towards
by.
B. That's going to keep the
Yes,
3
with the
people
wings.
here. Carpe
Wins all
needs
the same.
to
Showstopper available here
try and
from Saya.
at least
Carpe
survive
now
with the
looks to try to
info.
hold things in
Yeah,
showers.
doesn't have to get one, but
Pulls off the angle, the timing
no, that is not the info
Absolutely
that he needed.
brutal.
They
still
stay
trained on it,
2
though. Takes a
people,
bit of a
and
safer
T1
angle
not
to
hearing
come out
sound
and
for a little
invested.
bit,
Carpe
decides
not
to
wanting
3
peek
pass
that
and
angle
walk.
anymore as
This is good. Like, they got to be
finds his
proactive,
way
so this push
up
behind
in
is
towards
great.
Lamps. Karen able to find one. Meteor going to be taken down now. Rossi traded
Yeah,
out.
it
Texture
all kind of came
doing
down
that
to the
kill,
fact
and
that
that's gonna be the Cypher
Carpe
open
left the
double.
angle here.
Triple approach rather, mind you, coming through here across the link, but there's a trap wire set up, and Lockya close by, ready to go ahead and intercept. Pulls off that angle. Texture holding, unable to stabilize, but do they suspect the double sack up here? The layers that are put in place.
It's good damage.
Rocket will be able to
Execute at
find one that
12.
gets taken down. Execute.
They need the round that he should probably pop his
Online.
ult.
Hit also available here for Izu. Munchkin.
No, he missed the cove. Wait,
Bailing him out.
saved him.
Damage across onto both. There's the orbital strike and Execute. He gets taken
Izu's
down.
5
Izu now
HP.
with 5 HP.
Wally goes
Chasing around the
down.
back. Nothing
Can he
spotted,
body
though.
block it? No, it's already
The volley's
landed.
still buying
Done.
time, and he knows that he can't do anything else. Has to just escape. Has to hold on to his weapon. He will hightail it out. Karon's util.
Okay.
Go ahead and
5
delay
chances.
long enough for GenG to
Do
get the
3
round
now.
victory, to get the clutch, and get the team up to match point.
This is a tough hold here for Carpe and Rossi. There's no smokes to bail them out. This is just them having to try to play off their own utility, but by the time they realize what's happening, GenG is already on the site. They're already in U-Haul. They're already in your house. And I mean, yes, they're able to punch back.
The man knew all eyes were going to be on him.
He knew. He's been phenomenal here on this map. 19, 11, and 5. Tremendous impact on that Brimstone there with that util
Insta
too.
Viper ult with a knife behind. But we are fast sending
Oh,
this.
boy, clear on that
Oh,
move.
not this again.
Both of them to take it down. X-Grid tries to hold
Why does
the
that
rest.
keep happening?
Ends up trading out one before getting taken down by Karon. Carpe,
Oh,
however,
bro,
seems to hold a
Carpe's
little bit stronger.
doing
2
bits,
kills
man.
for
Some
him.
of the
Karon finds
rounds
his
he
second.
gets where he's getting multi
In a
kills.
position where he needs a clutch. Needs a nasty amount of damage though. Util cannot come through. Rossi up on top of the box. Izu pushing his way forward. Looks like maybe Karon, does he just creep over and take the teleporter out? Seems like that is going to be the solution here in the end.
These
Teleport
fights,
taken.
they're so fast and furious. Carpe gets tagged up by a flash, but still able to find some kills. Must have turned it well enough.
Spike planted.
Love to see the replay from his angle because he got some high impact kills again.
Yeah, and he probably knows they're sticking together.
Heard likely here by Karon.
Strong off angle.
But then he does it. It's the double approach. Yet to be seen. But for now, he's just keeping his eyes trained. Spots one. Pulls back, but Rossi also seeing more than enough.
Yeah, Rossi
As
saw
they
him and
set
there's
up
the one
orb.
way there. That's so
Says,
funny.
okay, I have to swing out now.
Okay, we'll count it down.
They use the take him
Shout
down.
out to Carpe
T1
here.
Once again, holding on by
shouldn't
a
be getting
thread.
two
They
there, but
continue
he
to
did.
try to get themselves back into this one, to try to take this into overtime, but they still need 4 rounds consecutively.
The trades are good. I need to see this. I just love the. You know, the
Yeah, it keeps happening, man. The Raze v Raze has been nuts.
Gets those 2 kills. Huge stuff. But you need to string 4 more rounds together.
1 kill an
just to get the
official.
overtime. Secure it with a reckoning.
The only
Munchkin
gun
with the
brought in
Viper's
is a
hit.
judge, hero judge, and they're playing pretty far away. It looks like they know that they like to do this, maybe.
Close this out on a thrifty.
Boy. Yeah, kick to the gut for T1. See if they're able to stave this off, get themselves up to 9 round wins.
Once again, GenG so wary of a push out from T1. Really just waiting this out, just seeing if anybody is going to push through. Now, the 0 point from the other side of the map lands in showers. Gets some identification of Lakia's positioning. And now, GenG going to try to use that high tide against T1 here to sneak up right next to the site.
3-person stack.
Rotation here from Carpe. He's in position.
They wouldn't use
Help
the
peel off this
Viper into this
expected
though,
pressure.
right?
Ball going to start falling. Spraying out beginning.
We got a lot of
Rachel's at the
delay
ready
at the
there
plant.
from
Mosh pit
Sire up
fast.
here at Heaven.
Then we got
Good TP
nades.
here. You have the cam on
Then
the
they
other
got
side.
double satchel.
They do.
Arbor
Reckoning
ult.
coming through, but it looks like they are just going to go ahead.
It's a little bit
Stay
late on
stuck
this. They
in
do
for
get
this
the
plant.
plant.
Count again, getting tagged low. Paint shells. With a little
Viper
away
ult
at
does go down.
The
Oh,
pit now goes up.
the Viper
They do
ult
wanna
with
end
the
this right
judge
here, right
is
now.
pretty
They
scary.
want that thrifty win. Double TP coming through. Lakia trying to watch from behind, but takes one shot, pulls off the angle. Goes out wide, pulls off the angle again, but now they tuck their way back forward in towards Showers. Carpe, straight
there
shot,
goes the
head
judge.
to the head somehow. Now Thrash getting ready to come through to try to fish them out. The chase forward, nothing spotted. Meteor going to be taken down. Lakia trying to go for a flash. Ends up falling. They just hound them down one by one.
Yeah, that's a hander from
Team
T1 though.
onto
They're
the
pretty
defuse.
chill with it.
T1
They're good.
themselves alive. They keep the hopes alive.
They got
as they get themselves a ninth
a lot of
round
ults.
victory.
They got used to it, but
3 more to go. Still, because of how scrappy these have been, they have zero stability whatsoever as far as the cash
Yeah, they
flow
got.
is concerned.
I mean, they got no
And
ults.
GenG, that was their
That's
attempt
the
at
main
a frenzy.
thing.
They do get the pit out of them and breathe a sigh of relief on that front, but that
They're
orbital
so
once again
far
available
away
for
from
Charon.
ults.
I think it's his 4th one of the map. Just absolutely insane what he's been able to do. But this is great staggering of your utility that can clear Viper's pits really well. You got the boom bod into the thrash, into the other util. I mean, it's just really well thought out there by T1. Really disciplined. Everybody kind of coming in from different angles. Able to dodge Lakia's attempted hold of that teleporter. So all the things going T1's way when they really needed it most. And we are back to GenG just spreading the map. I like what they're doing, though. This is something I really want to see GenG.
Yeah, I mean, they should be
little bit
doing this the
more.
whole time, just
Be a little bit
holding for a bit
patient,
of
try to get
aggression.
a little bit of info. Going to send the Trailblazer out in the showers. Once again, that knife is going to connect onto Lakia, but that's going to be a different response. Pushing a couple through showers.
No
three
Sky
short.
Dog anymore.
See how they want to handle this. Silo with that op.
Double face,
Ooh.
but just
You get
half a
good
second off
info
there.
with that wall goes up.
Being able to get that collat.
And with that as well, they're ready to take the TP.
Does manage to find one. They line up for him, but he cannot collect the second kill.
Two people
Quick scope in there,
TP.
side player spotting one, but then Munchkin
Ah,
comes through on
Sai
the
didn't
flank.
get the kill at
Simplified
Heaven.
Elimination takes down that enemy Raze. 3v3 as Charon just looking to
Oh
send
no.
this. Maybe just in the showers. Opts to go
Oh.
ahead and wait. Rossi manages to go
Yeah,
ahead and
Charon
collect
wishing he
another kill.
ulted now.
But now the Molly holds him at bay.
Oh, bro, you're definitely ulting.
TP across.
Charon
Carpe
is
now
definitely
joining
ulting
in.
this, surely.
Triple stack, yeah, triple stack in showers. His orbital strike can absolutely wreak havoc. Charon ready
He's
to
going to
send
force them out into double swing.
it. Has the setup on it. Can they get out? It's going to be yes. Easy does manage to get in front of it, but then Charon strikes him down. And now it is all on Carpe once again to deliver. The Mosh in behind. Double block. The swing out. He's
A
caught with a
huge
dizzy in
3-0.
hand. 13-9.
I mean, Carpe still played one of the best I've seen him for a while, which is a good sign going forward to Shanghai. That's like the only real positive. Lotus didn't hit. GenG looked good.
In Master Shanghai.
Let's.
They're
I
back.
mean, let's see how they look
Took a
against
little bit of
Paper
time
X though.
this
That's gonna be a
stage.
real
They felt
test.
a little bit off coming out of Madrid. A quick turnaround after getting second place at that event. And despite some trials and tribulations throughout stage 1 here, they are right back in form with a dominant 3-0 over T1.
GenG, yeah, it'd be nice for GenG
Once
to
again, GenG just getting
have
knocked down into those lowers,
be
taking
looking decent.
the longest
Okay, chat, we're gonna
possible
raid
route
Ryan because
into
I'm
a
gonna
grand
get some
final.
sleep for sure.
They managed to get themselves there
I'll
once
definitely
more.
take this.
Can they win it? Back to back
let's
kickoff
upload
as
this
well as
VOD.
stage 1. Because right now, while GenG looks like they are getting back in form, Paper X are looking like absolute world beaters.
Well, maybe this is just how they power up, Achilleos. They just want to play some extra maps, you know, just... It seems to work
Right,
for them.
let's
I
raid
mean,
Ryan.
it
Thank you
feels
so
like
much,
the more
everyone.
maps
Yeah, I'm
they
gonna.
play, the
So I'm
better
literally
they
just
get.
gonna go nap for like
They are
4
so
hours or so
smart,
because
so
we've got
talented,
EMEA and America's later, and this
well-coached.
is
I mean, they are
yeah, this is
the
really
real
gonna help me
deal.
out. So that's
So are Paper
awesome.
Rex. So tomorrow's
Um,
finals are going to be...
Thank you so much,
I
everyone, for
think,
watching. Thank you. If you want to
Gonna be
watch
explosive. Who knows?
the EDG game, Ryan will be watching it, and he's been doing a great job so far, and he's way more knowledgeable on all of the Chinese stuff. So, and then I'll be back for the EMEA and America's games if you want to watch it. Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, peace.
Finals this year, again against Paper Rex.
Yeah, I mean, let's just put this into perspective. The craziness of
Hey,
the
YouTube
schedule
chat,
that they had to deal
thank
with
you so much as
far
well. Take it
resulted
easy.
in them entering 3 grand finals in 3